Exploration begins. Find yourself within. Take up your blade. Let the fears within fade. Stories are told as the die roll. Don't be afraid. Make your destiny will find you in me. Friends at your side, may the group with pride. Try as you might, you now live to fight. Monster nor foe can fill you with woe. Enemies in sight, it's time to roll dice. Roll for initiative. Check, please.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Yeah.
Welcome to Check Please, the tabletop live show. I'm your DM Beardy, and down here are my lovely players.
Hello.
Introduce yourselves.
My name's Keni, and I play Risen the Fateweaver.
Hello everyone, I'm Foaly and I play Kurla, the Half-Orc Life Oracle.
And I'm Xeno. I play Vera, crying sadly into my drink.
I'm Skrewy. I play Petravian, eating all the pies.
And I'm Grem. I play Lovette, and I'm already sick of these sweets.
And with that, let's roll. So last time, the group managed to identify the magic items taken from Romnir, the ex-king of the giants, divvied them out to people, and then spent some time in the manor in Presidium. They then received a message from Zell and got an invitation to the birthday party for the oldest halfling in the Merry Valley, which is apparently a big deal for Zell and most of the rest of the Merry Valley, apparently. So after spending some time at the manor, the group heads off to the Merry Valley and now find yourselves at a pretty big party. There are bright colors and lights and food everywhere. Everything is overly sugared. It's a really crazy scene that you find yourselves in. So you're currently in the Merry Valley on the afternoon of the 22nd of November. And here we are. So, y'all, what would you like to do? We're in the middle of a rather big party. There seems to be activities all over the place. There's little party games. There's halflings everywhere. All different stripes of people from all different walks of life. It seems like the entire place is here at this festival. So where is everyone currently? We'll start with Petravian.
We are eyeing the pie.
Okay, the pie eating contest hasn't started yet, so that appears to be like the last event that they run.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, so you can see them. They're setting it up. There's these big tables, and they're putting these like fresh, like full pies, fresh baked pies. They're all cooling right now. So they're just sitting on this table, and they all have steam coming off of them, and they appear to be all different kinds of fruits. So you can stand near them and smell them, and you can smell this sort of intermingling of all these different fruit flavors at the same time, and it makes your mouth water just being near this thing.
Isn't that kind of messed up, having the pie eating contest at the end? Because you've already been like at this party eating this entire time.
This is the halflings flexing, let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they can even pull this shit off.
Oh yeah.
There's never a winner. It's just eventually they run out of pies.
Yeah.
You have more room for pie? What, you don't? Basically. So, okay, well, I guess I will go. What was the strong contest. The strongman contest.
There was a stone tossing competition. There's also a sling competition, a memory game competition, and a pie eating contest. So those are the larger, more organized events, as well as any number of smaller, less organized games including like this big swing set that's been constructed and this big maypole that people are like having organized dances around.
I will head over to the strongman area.
Okay.
And get psyched
Sure.
up for that.
Okay. So you see a doddering old halfling kind of organizing the area. And what you see is this field that's been tilled up and prepared with like these long gutters, like these kind of tilled ditches in the ground. It almost looks like a farm field in a way. And all the grass has been removed from the area, and there's certain sections marked off for distance. And at the very end, you can see this marker, this post that's been hammered into the ground that appears to be marking the longest throw ever made. So they have their record standing. And there's a bunch of people gathering around and kind of getting limbered up and ready.
I shall join them.
Okay. You walk up and that doddering halfling looks up at you. Oh, what do you want?
I'd like to toss some rocks if you'd let me.
Unfair advantage.
He squints at you and kind of looks you up and down. Well, I suppose. I mean, you don't exactly look the right type, to be honest. Might be a little scrawny for this, you think?
I tell you what,
So,
how about I
as you
take a
look at-
handicap then?
As you look at this guy, he is he looks like he's a semi-deflated halfling, just from old age and a lifetime of like hard work. So he's kind of like half crooked over, and he looks like he at one time might have been much fatter, and now he just has like lots of like saggy skin on him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he kind of looks at you, and he's got one eye that just barely cracks open, and the other one's kind of just piercing at you, and as he's examining your stance. I'm not sure you got the look of a thrower. You're more like I don't know.
A tosser?
You're gonna go there, and I love it.
Love you, Skrewy.
So yeah, he kind of just looks him over and finds you to be less than intriguing looking, less than imposing in the case of stone tossing. So he seems to think that you have no chance. But you're welcome to attempt to join this.
Okay. I would, yes, well, I'm just gonna have to prove myself then.
So this is more of an open event, so anybody can show up until the end of the competition and attempt a stone toss. So if anyone else wants to try this, you're welcome to. So it's not like they just run it at one point and they're done. So that's the piting contest is a one and done thing. Everything else pretty much you can just make your attempt, and then if you succeed or do really well, that just becomes the mark to beat. So Petravian, you walk up to this, you see these stones. They're fairly large rocks. I mean, these are not light things.
Of course.
So what the idea is, you walk up to the edge of the gutter, you pick up this stone, and you toss it as far as you can.
Okay.
And there appear to be various different ways to do this. You see a lot of different technique. Some people spin around really fast and then let it go. Other people just like spring their body up. Some people jump. Some people don't jump. So it's up to you how you want to do that. So
Okay.
all I'm going to need from you is a simple strength test.
You got it. Let's see what I got here. Oof. That's garbage.
Okay.
So I'm
So
11.
Petravian, you walk up to the line, you pick up this stone, kind of square your shoulders, you crack your neck. It's pretty heavy in your hands, and you put your all into it, and you just hug this thing as hard as you can, and it makes it a good distance down. It gets a little past the halfway point of the gutter, and comes to a landing in the soft dirt. So there's a nice indication of where it was or where it landed, and yeah, you get a little bit of applause from the people. Like the halflings all around, like nod and yeah. And then the kind of the dottery old guy kind of looks you up and down again, gives you a stern nod, and kind of sends you on your way.
Yay!
So you did better than you expected.
That's you know what? I will happily take that.
You if you keep trying at it, someday you might just be a real tosser. But,
A real professional tosser.
but right now that's just aspirational. So beyond that, what's Lovette doing at this point?
Well, that's interesting you come with me next, because I actually think I'd probably go by the stone tossing as well while Petra's still over there.
Yeah, in that case, you're nearby and you see Petra make his toss, and it gets like a little past the halfway point of the.
I give him a
ditch.
golf clap.
Yeah. So it gets a little past the halfway.
Excuse me, sir. This is the stone throwing, or is it stone tossing?
Stone toss. Hi there.
Toss. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not much of
you-
an athlete, but I was hoping
Yeah.
could I register my son?
I mean, yeah, sure, the kiddo can play. Why not?
Wonderful.
All right. I'm gonna use the spell to just summon Archie right away.
Yeah. So the orb rolls out and just unfurls into this 22.5-foot tall monstrosity.
This booming drone. Like,
Yeah, everyone in the party kind of just like the music stops. Like
Record
everybody
scratch.
like looks over at this thing, and Archie comes out and just sort of looks down at you.
Lovette, you don't
Okay,
think this is
Altifo.
like a little bit cheating?
Master,
Uh,
what
why
is
don't
your
you-
request?
Why don't you grab a stone and toss it in that direction?
Very well.
So here's my question: does he grab Petra?
No,
Oh,
he doesn't go. He's not stupid. He's just lacks much of a
no,
personality right now.
yeah, but he also lacks. He might lack distinctions in this situation. Be like, well, technically that qualifies.
So Archie is going to make a strength test. Do you want me to go ahead and make that, or do you want to do it?
Oh my god.
You go ahead and do it. What am I taking rolls from you? I'm not going to take food out of your mouth. That's rude.
That was. Is it 30?
Oh, a 30 on a strength test. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think maybe are you gonna hit Karis in the back of the head with it?
Karis, who's still in Presidium.
Yeah.
So,
Strange time of year for meteors.
so Archie reaches down and picks up one of these stones, which in Archie's hand looks like a pebble. Picks it
yeah.
up, lifts it up, hucks it, and it just sails. It just goes. It is a godlike toss, and it makes it past the end of the gutters, landing into a crowd of onlookers, because no one would have thrown a rock that far. So it lands in the crowd. People are freaking out and running away. Folk are shocked, and there are screams as various halflings are scattering, thinking that they're under attack.
So just look to Moira and go,
This is why I don't go to parties anymore.
Are you?
That, you know, I'm not gonna say I kind of told you so. So I'm just gonna leave it there.
I wanted to get a metric. This was a great time to get some statistics.
Yeah, I know, but buddy, come on. Mechanized
I was hoping he would slow
basically.
past them.
So the that doddering halfling kind of walks back over. That was a hell of a thing.
If there's like a winner or something, you can disqualify me. I'm not
Here.
doing that. Oh,
And he reaches out and he hands Archie this ribbon that's incredibly small for Archie.
aw.
But he looks down, like Archibald looks down at it, bends down, picks up the ribbon, and holds it awkwardly in between two fingers, that it barely peeks out from under his fingers. And he just stands there and looks at this halfling and says absolutely nothing. The halfling looks up at this machine and says, "Yeah, that was a hell of a throw.
he's been going through a tough time, so I think this is really good for him. I'm just glad you let him do this. Thank you.
Yeah. We're gonna extend the gutters out a little further, I think.
Oh, I can
So,
help with that if you need it.
You've done enough already. And he'll back away, kind of semi-frightened of you and your machine, and he will have a team of other halflings start to dig out the gutters even further, and then put down a new stake where Archie's rock landed, becoming the new record for furthest toss.
I want an asterisk next to that record.
That's fine.
If you look up, like, Archie's still like holding this ribbon, like pinched between a couple of fingers, but it is a blue ribbon with gold lettering sewn into it, and the lettering reads "Best Tosser."
Who wouldn't be proud to wear that ribbon?
Chassis. I'll put it on the fridge for him. Oh wait, we do have a fridge. I'll put it on the fridge for real.
So as the tossing is going on, what's Vera doing at this point?
Oh shit! Where do I get something to drink?
So there's tables all over the place that have different drinks on them. So all kinds of like fruit beverages or creams. They've got like this stuff that's sort of like a melted milkshake. It's like a thick, creamy drink. It's like in these giant punch bowls. There's people that are there like ladling them into kind of crazy looking like colorful glasses and handing them out.
Okay. Is there a tavern in this town? Or is it
yeah,
far away from the...
There's a tavern in the town, but there's also, like, if you're looking for ale and stuff, there are like little stands set up where they're handing out ale here for free.
Okay. I think Vera's going to start with the ale and see if that gets the job done, and we'll see.
Okay.
Because Vera's feeling super bad right now.
Okay.
They
I
feel...
can tell she's drinking ale. That's a fucking...
Yeah.
Red flag.
So Vera's going to take, let's say, 3 at first.
Okay. And you're waiving your immunity?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
For this entire day. I'm waiving
Okay.
it. What do you want me to do?
Well, in that case, I guess start making fortitude saves if you're going to start drinking heavily.
Sounds good to me.
So yeah, 1 for each drink.
All right, fortitude. We're going to do 3 of these.
This is not
And
going to end
boom.
well for you, bud.
All right.
Well, ooh, okay.
I mean, the problem is Vera is an incredibly tough person. So Vera's fortitude is excellent. So after 3 drinks, you really feel the equivalent of what maybe a normal person would feel after a single drink.
That's with also nat 1 in there.
Yeah, that's with a nat 1. And if it wasn't for the nat 1, you'd probably still be fine. So yeah,
Vera's a college kid is what you're saying.
Yeah, Vera's got incredible alcohol tolerance. So luckily, the ale is free-flowing right now. So you can just keep on drinking.
So what Vera's going to do is after the 3rd one, she's going to wait for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think she's going to make her way into like the village to get into the tavern potentially. And it's going to try and buy their strongest liquor.
Oh, you can. I mean, they have stronger stuff than ales at the party as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just have to ask, but they've got bottles of stuff that they can pour as well.
In that case, Vera's going to walk up to like whatever like stands they have here and say,
"Sure,
what's your strongest stuff? How much do you want for it?"
Strongest stuff? Well, we've got. Let's see. I mean, are you sure? The strongest?
Yeah, I'll take like 3.
Oh boy! All right. He puts a bottle in front of you that looks like it looks almost like a red wine, except it's a really, really dark red, like verging on purple, and the label's kind of faded. It looks like a fairly old bottle, but also not only is the label kind of faded, there's another label that was put on it later that's newer that says Warning.
Alrighty.
Don't tell me what to do. Words.
But if you want to make a perception check, you can see if you can make out the label.
Oh, of course I do.
Mhm.
All right. Perception, you say?
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right, we got a 26.
It's a fairly faded label, but you can make out a little bit of it. It says something goodberry wine.
Is this Corona's drink?
So, yeah, you could try to drink this if you wanted.
Yeah. Do I pay for anything?
No.
Oh.
No.
Wonderful.
It's-
Yes, I will.
It is all on the beneficiary of the dragon today.
Yeah, Vera will bring one of these over to like some bench or something, and just gonna start drinking it.
All right. Yeah. So this is an interesting flavor profile. It tastes like concentrated berries, like a mix between like blackberry and raspberry, somewhere between the two. It's very smooth, but it has an intense and immediate intoxicating effect on you.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is ridiculous strong, I think is how I would put it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Do I even roll anything, or am I just
You don't have to.
getting plastered here?
This will get you plastered pretty
Right.
quick, yeah.
All right. So that's what Vera's doing so far.
Okay, excellent. All right, so Vera, as you are getting demolished on Goodberry Wine, Kurla, what are you up to?
Well, Kurla was sort of slowly making their way over to Mrs. Wimblepot to pay their respects before they started foraging on the food and drink. And it's taking them a little bit of time, lots of halflings all over the place, and obviously they can't move too quickly. What kind of reactions, are there any reactions to this strange half-orc with spider legs? No more so than towards anyone else?
I mean, it depends on how much of the spider legs you're showing, but I think people are definitely kind of giving you a glance or a look or getting out of your way for sure.
Sort of knees down, I would think, so...
Yeah, so people are probably giving you some space, I'd say at the very least, or maybe just like a weird glance, but no one's being rude to you, I would say, at any stretch. If anything, they're maybe a little bit afraid of you.
Well, Kurla is trying to sort of smile and look friendly, which could be horrifying on Kurla's face. I don't know how well they're doing there, but
Yeah.
They will sort of awkwardly, nervously, hi, nice, thanks, wonderful party, thanks for having me, as they make their way over to Wimblepot.
Sure. So Wimblepot is on this really big overstuffed chair. It's surrounded. It's basically more cushion than anything else. And Mrs. Wimblepot is this tiny halfling that's kind of just nestled in the top of all this, kind of partially sunk into the cushions, and the bottle glasses on. And as you approach, this tiny halfling's head kind of looks over in your direction, and she kind of mumbles something that's difficult to understand.
Kurla will sort of drop into almost a curtsy and then catch themselves and turn it into kind of a really awkward bow instead, and then kneel down to kind of get closer and more on their level while maintaining, a decently polite distance. I just wanted to wish you a very, very warm, happy birthday wishes to you, and thank you so much for having us. This is a wonderful shindig that you got going here.
This is a wonderful party. I'm glad you could be here.
You must be very proud to know all of these people, and
I know most everyone here.
So much family as well, I'm sure.
It is, very much so, especially the colors. It's so good to see friends from far away to see us.
We definitely came quite a long way to pay our respects, so all best wishes to you, and here's to many more birthdays to come.
Oh, very much, certainly yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
You ever seen an old person so old that you just point and you're like, that's too old?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to go that far.
So, yeah, I've seen one character like that.
And
Well-
so, does Kurla have anything else to say to Mrs. Wibblepot?
Nope, they will drop another weird sort of half curtsy, half bow, and then they're going to make their way over to check out what the food options are because they wanted to be
as you
polite
walk-
first.
As you kind of give that sign of respect and begin to move away, Mrs. Wimblepot like turns to one of assuming is her family and says, "It's so nice to see elves these days."
Do I hear that?
I mean, you can make a perception check.
I
Probably.
would love to make a perception check.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you catch that.
That is a 19 for
Yeah.
a total of 42.
Oh yeah, you catch that. Mrs. Wimblepot definitely thought you were an elf.
For a brief moment, Kurla will just sort of like stop in mid-stride. Briefest of instants, and then just continue hobbling on their way. To check out the food. What are the food options, Beardy? You mentioned lots of pretty coloured
boy.
snacks lying around last time. Pies and
Yeah,
such.
so there's a lot of different foods. Let me go ahead and show a picture here again. So just on one of the tables, there's a bunch of various like fritters and casseroles and fresh vegetable puffs and tarts and pastries. I mean, it's every which kind of thing you could imagine that's small and handheld. Basically, that's kind of the only thing is everything here can be easily eaten with the hand. And there's like pull apart cakes and pull apart souffles and little handheld fried vegetable dumpling things. Like there's all kinds of foods of various types. There's also fresh fruits and drinks and all kinds of things. Like it is a smorgasbord of tiny, colorful, flavorful food.
Kurla's definitely going to try a few little bits and pieces here and there. What is the sort of, I mean, fruitiest in every possible meaning of the word drink there? Anything with an umbrella in it? Or
I
just
don't think
anything
they-
that looks ridiculously colorful and flavorful and fruity?
They don't have anything that has an umbrella in it exactly, but they do have these brightly colored drinks that are being mixed up at one of the tavern tables. So they have like these big punch bowls where they're serving out like this kind of cream drink, this sort of like milky, thick, creamy, sweet drink. But they also have a person there who's mixing up colored alcohols together into these brightly colored mixes that have like layers of color in them and serving them in these very tall glasses.
Kurla, nibbling on some of that finger food, will approach that individual who is mixing up that drink. Hey there.
Oh, hello!
Are you,
Are you looking for something more visually appealing?
I caught, that caught my eye, and it looks. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's very
Sure.
pretty.
What's your favorite color?
Oh goodness, it's gonna sound a little bit egotistical, but I quite like this color. And Kurla will point at the sort of sapphire blue of their eye. The
all
blue,
right.
not the white or the black under it, any of that. Just the
So-
blue.
The halfling starts to grab various bottles and kind of shake them and pour them and move them around and take other stuff and just a whirl of activity as they're putting together a drink. And when they're finished, they have created this tall drink that is like dark on the bottom and as it almost like a black color on the bottom, but as it goes further up, it becomes a lighter and lighter color until you can notice that it's a blue, and by the top, it is the exact shade of your eyes.
That's bloody amazing. If it looks, or if it tastes half as good as it looks, I'm in for a good time, I think.
Oh, sure. It mostly a couple of different spirits, but color mixing's not that hard.
How much
Here
do
you
you
are,
owe?
try it.
Kurla will take it in one hand and give it a small sip. What does it taste like?
Well, it is sweet. It is syrupy. It kind of clings to the sides of the tongue. It has kind of an acidicness to it that is interesting. It very much clears the palate of anything else. So like it immediately washes away the flavors of the finger foods you were eating before this, and it fills your mouth with this sort of sweet acidic flavor that isn't quite like any fruit you've ever tasted, because whatever it's mixed of and the alcohol biting into it as well really kind of makes a unique flavor for you.
Kurla will take a much bigger sip and then just sort of look at the halfling in sort of astonishment. Are you a wizard by any chance, or an alchemist or something? This is amazing.
I suppose alchemy would be the closest thing. I mix up a few things here and there, but mostly the alcohols.
Beardy, what is the tipping culture in this part of the world? Can I do a knowledge roll to see if I know what the customs are?
Tipping is not like tipping everywhere is something that can be done, but it's not obligatory.
Okay.
So there's not an obligatory tipping culture anywhere in the world.
Well, Kurla is going to flip a silver from their
Sure.
their bag, if that is all right. Hopefully,
Yeah.
and they're trying not to be offensive, but they also feel that they should pay for this in some way, or at least thank the guy, because this is absolutely wonderful. Honestly, is this gonna? How easy do I need to go on these? Because these are dangerously drinkable, mate.
Oh, they're pretty strong, so it's a party though. Have fun.
It is, but I'll pace myself. The last time I got a little bit too tipsy, well, it was a bad show. Thanks for that. And Kurla will sort of like salute him, and with the drink in hand, they've finished off the food. With the drink in hand and the staff in the other, they'll kind of hobble off, and maybe around this time, I guess Lovette's Archie rather will have just made a little bit of a commotion, so Kurla will see Archie and Lovette and Petravian and sort of wander over to them from the other side of the grounds.
Excellent. Okay, so you make your way back over toward Archie and the rest, because Archie's very easy to spot in this crowd, as you might imagine.
If you get lost, just look for Archie.
Yeah, just look for the giant copper god. The last question then is, what's Riz up to?
Let's see. So pretty much when we ended last time, I moved from talking to Zell kind of back into the party to rejoin up with Jiro. And I think Riz is actually going to grab a drink here as well.
Okay. So you make your way over to that very self-same table. And you see that same halfling bartender. Oh, hello.
Hello there. Do you have any recommendations on something fun?
Well, if you like sweetened cream, we have the punch. Otherwise, I can mix you up anything to suit your taste.
Something a little more bitter, maybe?
More discerning palate then, huh? Grabs a couple of bottles, thinks for a moment, starts pouring some stuff together, shaking it various ways, and then pours it into this kind of wide glass that gives it a lot of aeration and slides it to you. Tell me what you think.
All right. And
I
they'll...
was expecting like collective gasps from asking for something bitter.
How dare you? Don't you
Second
know where
record
you are?
scratch of the night.
Yeah, it would have offended more people than Archie did apparently.
They'll take a drink of it.
Yeah, it is interesting. It does have a bitter finish. It does have a bit of sweetness to it still, but it's mostly overshadowed by kind of a dry bitterness to it that is a very powerful taste across your tongue. You think this is... I suppose it would be the closest to say like a martini than anything else. So it is kind of a drier drink that's sort of bitter.
This will be just perfect. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course.
And then walk away.
Sure.
Hang out with Jiro.
All right, and Jiro is happy to do so. So that will.
So I got a question then.
Yeah, what's up?
So is Vera getting sloshed within eyesight of us?
That depends. Where is this magical intoxication dispensary?
It's off to one side, but a few of you have already gone to it. So I would say that Vera, if you've been paying attention, which maybe you haven't been, you've been able to see Kurla and Riz go up and get drinks at the same place. And certainly you would be able to see Archie, and that would kind of point your eyes to the rest of the group.
I could be
So
in a
you would
different
be able
city
to-
and I'd still see Archie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you would pretty much be able to see the entire group at various points. Now, whether Riz or Kurla noticed you, I guess I would probably call for a perception if they were looking for you. But yeah, I imagine you're just kind of off near there, but sitting somewhere where you can drink in peace.
Like I'm still in like the area. I'm not like hiding away. I'm just kind of like off to the side slightly, just
Right.
drinking.
Well,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll see if I see her.
Okay.
No biggie though. 47.
Yeah, Riz, you notice where Vera's sitting.
Oh, do I?
And you see
do I
Vera
see her?
drinking like this kind of dark, almost purple liquid out of a bottle.
I'll grab Jiro and bring him over. Sit next to her.
Jiro gives Vera a polite nod and will sign, "Hello."
What do you want?
It is not what I want. I was just simply hanging out with, someone I respect or something.
Jerry, yeah, he does a good job.
I was talking about you, Vera. Vera, it's
Oh.
you.
No, I just fuck everything up. Don't like look up to me or anything.
What the fuck? Oh,
It's fine. I'm gonna just like another. Are these like full like bottles or
Yeah, it's a full bottle of wine.
takes another
if-
sip?
Yeah, I mean it's really strong. I'd say you're like a third of the way through it right now, and it's got you feeling pretty wonked right now.
well, I was going to say I don't see you drinking like ever, and now I am concerned actually.
I just always make everything worse. Just, I didn't mean to say that to. I meant to say it to Petra, but now I regret saying it to Petra.
Which part do you regret saying to Petra?
Like talking about like if he was only there to fuck Hummel.
I mean, I feel like that's a reasonable question. He has been mostly self-centered, one might say.
Yes, but I'm supposed to trust him. I'm not being a very good sibling, am I?
Who said you had to trust every one of your siblings? Is this something Maleferous is?
I mean, I should trust. It's like Melly doesn't say that, but it's.
I mean, is that really her teaching then? Or is this just your assumption on it?
Well, I think that's the way it should be. If you're in the hive, I should trust you. It's not like some kind of like blood family thing. It's different. It's.
Is it
Jiro-
different?
Jiro will sign, "Is everyone in the hive perfect? Or do people in the hive make mistakes?"
I mean, they make mistakes, but it's like we all trust each other. We're like a real family.
Real families do not always trust each other, Vera.
But it's like a better family, not like a regular family.
But I feel like that's just
You're
unreal.
not listening. It's like a better family.
All
Jiro
right.
will sign. So in your hive, no one has ever broken your trust or betrayed you?
No,
Has anyone ever in the history of your church?
I have. Fuck. Just like puts their hands in their head in their hands.
This is way too fucking real.
Jiro just kind of stops and like sits back, shoots a look over at Riz that just sort of says, "What the fuck did we just step into?"
They just sign back.
Stepped
I
into
have
the
no
shit.
idea.
Like, I feel like I'm the only one that is fucked up the most. Like, they don't even know that I killed, basically. Like, well, I got everybody killed at my last family. It's like, how am I gonna tell them that?
I mean, you technically don't have to.
I shouldn't even have this. And Vera like slams Miller for a sting, and it shoots out like almost towards their head. Fucking. Just...
Have you spoken to Mellifera on this? Have you asked their opinion?
Well, Melly's great, and like she'll always love me. But I feel bad about it. Like, what am I supposed to do with that kind of information? You know?
That sometimes you make mistakes?
But they're really bad mistakes. Like, it's not like...
Okay, well, like, doubting
It's not
Petravian,
simple
I feel like,
mistakes.
isn't that much of a big mistake. I feel like that's a reasonable thing.
But I made him feel bad. And,
Didn't he make you feel bad multiple times?
well, yeah, but... It's not... It's,
Yeah, I don't think that's, very good
I think I'm
then.
just being too hard on him.
I think he should be a better brother to your religion then.
He's a great brother. Don't say anything about that.
Is he actually?
Yes.
Okay, what good
He
things
is.
has he done for you?
I mean, he's been there with me for like 5 years.
Okay.
He's always had my back.
Has he?
Yes.
Has he always been there with every idea you've had, been like, yes, Vera, like your idea, all for you? Or has he been a doubting drog?
Well, that's why I was angry at him, but I shouldn't be. I should be more supportive. I shouldn't be angry at my brother.
Siblings fight all the time, Vera. I feel like that's normal.
But this, and Vera like tries to grab your hand.
But we should be better than other families.
Then,
We should do better.
okay, well, Petravian has to do better too. It shouldn't just be all on you.
Well, he's still learning. Like, I've been here a long time, so maybe he just needs to learn more. I should be the one acting responsible. I've been here the longest.
How about I talk to him?
Tell him I'm really sorry.
Of course.
Oh no. I don't like this.
I'm just gonna stay here,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna drink this.
Yes, of course, Vera. You drink not too much. I will talk to him after party.
It's just one fucking bottle.
Of course it is.
Jiro will look to Riz and sign, "Should I stay here?" and make sure she's okay.
They lean over and like give him a lengthy kiss and then sign, "Yeah, why not? Just come grab me if something comes up." And then they sign, "I love you."
All right, he returns the sign, and then we'll sit with Vera.
Gonna go hang out with my friends at the party games.
I
So-
don't like this.
So Riz leaves the drinking table with Vera and Jiro, and will begin heading back toward the middle of the party. So back over in the middle of the party, by the stone-tossing gutters, we have Petravian, Lovette, Archie, Moira, and Kurla. What are y'all doing?
I, having finished that game and just not shaking my head, but like, yeah, you won, but
So why didn't you win the ribbon, Petravian? I'm still not clear on that. Did Archie really
I
outthrew you?
didn't.
Or out
Oh yeah, no, that they trounced me, but
I threw the stone furthest.
yeah, you did.
You
It
did
was
well, big guy.
significantly further than Petravian.
Yeah, yeah. I think you almost crushed a family too.
That is true.
I was not deliberate.
Oh no, no. That was not deliberate. Just
not
you
thinking like
just
that.
did not fully appreciate how strong you are.
I was not aiming for any specific target, only for distance.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
just
this
happen to
stone's for
be
a
in that
tossing
distance.
contest. But it's a tossing contest. He's going to toss it as far as he can.
And I succeeded.
Yes, you did wonderfully.
So you're
I
gonna
will
do
have
some.
to learn my tossing from you.
You're gonna do some magic to make that ribbon a little bit bigger for him, or are you gonna like emboss it or something, or?
I thought we could just put it on the refrigeration device.
Well, that
That
could
would be a
work.
place he could see it.
That'd be pretty cute, yeah. Something to be proud of, something to remember, if assuming we make it out of this. What about we're totally going to? By the way, you gotta try this. And Kurla will hold up that colourful blue
Ooh, that is very pretty.
drink. Right, it tastes amazing too. It's got this sort of tartness to it, but really
I'm
syrupy,
abstaining
and
for right now.
that's unusual for you, isn't
Some
it?
drinking?
It is. It is.
You know
You
this is
feeling?
free,
You all
right?
right?
Do you know that they're not going to make you pay?
No, I know. I'm just.
I mean, not pressuring you. If you don't want to drink,
Okay.
you don't want to drink. But I'm just.
Is it
Oh
because
no,
they
no,
got
it's not that I don't
wine
want to
with all
drink.
the
I
water
would
in
like
it?
to drink. I would love
Oh.
to drink, but I want to be prepared for.
Oh
Whatever.
gosh, I hope that's not
Sh-
the day.
No, I don't think it will be, but just hair on the grass on the back of my neck. Just feeling.
Getting used to that, huh?
It grows on you.
Yes, that's class.
No, it grows on you.
I mean, fair play. The
Um,
world is kind of ending, but it's still nice to get a little
suppose.
moments of peace before we have to go and, well, get done whatever we need to get done.
Besides, I don't want to be bloated for the pie.
And about this point is when Riz arrives.
Oh, hello.
Did you see the colorful drunkies?
Oh, I did, but I actually did get myself a drink. It is not as pretty though, but it is effective.
Well,
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
that's what you want, and that's what's better.
He's some sort of bloody alchemist or something, that bartender mixologist chap. I'm quite impressed.
Well, I just thought it was a party, so I might as well drink.
Aye,
Who
yeah.
knows when I will drink again? We might die.
Let me get something as well.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna go do that. Come on, Moira.
You got it.
We'll head over to the drinking area, and I'll wait for folks if people want to do stuff here. But I'm also gonna make a perception check, see if I see Vera.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Vera's fairly close to that table anyway.
Is it 21?
Based on your location and the amount of other things here that are going to draw your attention away, I'm going to say 21 is not enough.
When I'm at the drinking area?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just it is too colorful, and there are too many other sights and sounds that are going on that you don't notice the a couple people at a table quietly drinking when there's so many people like jumping around and dancing and juggling and everything else. Like there's so many other crazy things that are drawing your attention away. Namely, one of them is also Moira, who's like on your arm and is very happy to be here in a fun place.
That's fair.
So she'll actually pull you up to the table and start making conversation with the drink master.
Yeah, the drink master.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what the atmosphere is right now between Riz and Petravian, and whether or not Kurla, while sipping their drink, would notice anything.
Well, let me roll a bluff check then.
Okay.
Yeah, because Petravian wouldn't notice anything.
36.
I guess I'll roll a perception check then.
Or
Sense
sense
motive.
motive.
Or a sense motive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy to do that.
Sweet 36 for my bluff.
My macro doesn't seem to be working, so I'll do it from my character sheet instead. Oh, that was a nat 1 for a total of 17. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, Riz just seems fine. They're
Well,
chill.
Kurla will sip their delicious, colourful drink, totally oblivious to any tension that may or may not exist.
I mean, Riz tends to not show that there's tension. They wait until the right moment to strike.
I hadn't noticed.
I just imagine an anime where it just pans to Riz's face, and it's just like the super highly detailed sketch marks and stuff with the droning noise. Probably fine.
Sure, everything's perfectly fine there.
Petravian, after the party is over, I would like to have a one-on-one at some point, if that is all right.
Oh, are we doing a training session?
I mean, if we did a training session, you would beat the shit out of me, probably. I was just thinking more
Oh,
like...
no, not that kind of training. More like just, prayer and meditation training.
You need more? Aren't you
I
supposed
could always
to be
get
the
it. I could
bridge?
always use a refresher.
All right. Sure, if that's what you need. Sure, we'll do that after, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of deities, and Kurla will kind of tap the symbol of Valuna that they're now wearing openly around their neck, the one that the one that Riz had got them. I had another word with Valuna. She is absolutely lovely.
Yes, I said so.
I recall. I'm still a little surprised, not so much that she's lovely, but that I can say that and not feel anything but sincerity for it. It's nice.
That's good.
Jesus
Hand the
Christ.
camera back to Moira and Lovette.
Yeah. So while they're all talking, Moira is asking for various colors to be put into a drink, and the halfling is very quickly following and slides this Technicolor monstrosity over to Moira. That is just kind of these various color bands, one on top of the other.
It's one of the layered drinks.
Oh yeah,
Those
very
are cool.
much so. And Moira takes it and just starts like guzzling it.
Oh gosh, well, take it easy.
That's really good.
Yeah, I like that.
You should get one too.
I have one. The blue one. You just said, what color do you like? And I said blue. And I didn't realize that was a drink request.
Wow. This is really sugary too.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be sick in more ways than one in the morning, but I suppose that's fine.
So Moira starts downing it and will look over the party and just kind of get up right next to Lovette. Just very much snuggling in, kind of wrapping an arm around.
I mean, Lovette returns the gesture, but just kind of enjoy the quiet moment. Very much not noticing Vera off in the corner being sloshed, I suppose.
Get a room.
Oh, actually,
Well, if Vera yells "get a room," then you will definitely be able to see Vera.
She does not. Instead, what is actually happening is Vera's hitting her head against the
bottle.
table, and
Oh,
is
Wow.
just saying, "Why did I fucking say that? Why did I fucking say that? Why did I fucking
Vera,
say
stop
that?"
being so real, Jesus Christ.
A hand reaches over and kind of gently pats Vera on the wrist, probably.
I just imagine every time she raises the bottle and a knife just pushes it away from her mouth. No.
I'm not sure if Vera's gonna look up or not, or just keep banging their head against the table.
Vera will look up.
Okay, Jiro is giving you an expression that's just sort of like, "Hey, buddy," kind of a "Hey, buddy" expression, and will sign to you. "I'm sure everything will be fine. You just need to have a conversation with your friend Petravian.
What the fuck does that mean? And Vera will do sign language, but she doesn't know sign language, and it will be just random.
Just gibberish.
Jiro just kind of like sighs and gives you a thumbs up.
Vera nods, puts her head back on the table, like puts the drink in her mouth, but she can't get it in because it goes onto the table. So it's just in her mouth, like bottle and mouth. Just no gravity not taking it down.
Jiro will do his best to keep you from spilling things all over the place. Eventually, he leans back in his seat and will sign to himself. It's just like Timid.
He's signed to himself.
Yeah.
What? He...
So, meanwhile, back over near the middle of this party, what's everybody else doing?
Looking for the next game.
Okay.
So I'd like to do a perception check to see if I.
Well, yeah. So you
if-
see the
if
sling
our-
targeting. You see the sling targeting range.
Mhm.
You also see the memory game, and then the piting contest is still getting set up.
Right. I'm not gonna do the sling, but gonna hit up the memory game. See what I
Okay.
can see if that'll
Sure.
work.
Okay.
Can I do?
You
I'd like to do a perception to see if I happen to see the halfling that we brought and left behind. Mark II.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's down here, I think. There it is. And always hides behind the screen. There we go. Oh, nope. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you look around and you see a lot of halflings. Any one of them could be Mark II, but
Sweet,
one of the
sweet
ones.
13.
Yeah.
That's a 13. That's rough.
Yeah. You're not seeing anybody in this crowd that you recognize.
Nope.
But you go over to the memory game area and you see a middle-aged halfling woman with square-rimmed glasses and freckles with a tight bun of red hair. She
Ooh.
sees you and her face lights up with enthusiasm. Oh, welcome! Are you here to play?
I am. I love games.
Ah, very good. That's why we're here, right? And she will explain to you the basic rules of the game, which is that you have so many chances, and if you get so many mismatches, then you're disqualified. But
Okay.
there's a bunch of cards face down on a table, and you take turns flipping over a pair. And if they don't
Okay.
match, you have to flip them back over, and then you keep playing until you've matched every card on the table. Because
Okay.
every card has a mate. So it's a simple memory game. Basically, it is going to be whittled down to a single wisdom test.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, you can roll me a wisdom test, and then I will tell you how you fared.
Oof. That's my worst one. Like, not tied with my intelligence. So, I mean, it's close. And with that, that is a 9.
That is a 9. Okay. Well,
We're
You
middle of the
managed-
road tonight here, folks.
yeah. So part of this is also that not only is it a number of times you can fail, there's also a speed to it. So like the completing it with the least number of mismatches in the shortest amount of time wins the whole competition.
Okay.
With a result of 9, you end up completing the test, but it takes you a little bit longer, so you kind of finish slowly with multiple mismatch throughout the whole thing. But you don't disqualify yourself. So you end up
Woo!
finishing the test, and you finish matching the last two cards and put them in the discard deck. And at that point they stop the hourglass and note how you did, and it wasn't great, but
No.
you finished.
Hey, you know what? I like finishing. Finishing at least means I had fun.
Yeah, exactly. We should all strive to finish.
Yeah.
It's important. So
This is exactly the conversation that he's had with Hummel recently.
yeah,
Completing
This is the best
is half
time
the
that
battle
you
here,
finish.
folks.
so you finish the memory game, and like I said, you don't do that great, but
No.
at least you didn't fail.
Hmm.
The middle-aged halfling woman will tell you did a great job and send you
Aw.
on your way.
Yay.
I want to see Riz do that, and
Yeah,
just the last card be one of their cards.
I was curious if Riz could try this one, if you wouldn't mind. They were probably
Absolutely.
standing near Petravian.
Yeah,
Because
of
they're
course.
not leaving his side right now.
Oh,
nice.
Oh no.
would you like to play as well?
Of course. Thank you so much for the offer.
Sure. Do you need me to describe the rules again?
No, I was listening while he was working on it.
Oh, very good. So she'll shuffle a deck and lay out the table as it needs to be,
Okay.
and we'll let you make your attempt. So wisdom test, please.
All right. It's a 21.
All right. So, Riz, you look over this set of cards and you kind of think for a moment and you start matching stuff. You actually do shockingly well. Like, as you're going through this, it's kind of crazy because, like, you're matching stuff without even having to, like, miss stuff a couple of times. So you're either getting lucky or something, but boom, boom, match, boom, boom, match, boom, boom, miss, boom, boom, match, boom, boom, match. And the next thing you know, you have finished the whole deck. They put they stop the time and find that you are now the holder of the record.
Oh, how
There is
wonderful.
there is thunderous applause from the halflings around you.
Gosh. Thank you.
And-
Please more.
And one Oread.
Mm.
Just like
They stand
I
up and
was-
take a very gallant bow.
Oh, that was very lovely. Well done indeed.
Thank you.
If no one is able to complete or better than that by the end of the day, then you'll be declared the winner.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
I'm glad we could show up in this halfling city just to tell them that we're better than them at everything.
Well,
I just
there's
wanted
more
to show
games.
Petravian that I was better than him.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
there's
don't really
that
need
one
to
going
try
on
all
too.
that
I
hard.
just
I
didn't want
know.
to point that one out.
I just wanted to
That's
show
a-
how far I was better.
This one was certainly targeted toward Petravian. I could feel it
But
from
you-
here.
The
Oh, yeah,
last
no,
one I was
it
trying
was-
to make sure it wasn't, but it
Okay.
felt a little targeted.
player knows it was targeted. Petravian, he's just cheering you up. Like
I don't
he's,
need to
like,
be cheered up. I feel great.
no,
No.
he's just he is like he's standing there watching and just amazed at how good you did it, how good you did.
Hold on to that feeling.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I know.
Jeez.
Thank you. Yes, of course I was. I'm always amazing.
So there is
Where's
but
Vera?
one. Oh, go ahead.
Don't worry about it. Jiro is spending time with her.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
They seemed a little bit, well, not for not reason, but they seemed a little bit, well,
Hurt?
yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
I do, but I want to talk to them first, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, the last conversation didn't go very well.
No. And I think I may have said
like
said
walk
the wrong thing.
a little bit outside of the party, so we're not adding drama to a party.
Yeah,
you know? Come on,
yeah.
let's go over this way.
this is a party. Let's have
true.
fun.
There's a lot of crotchety people in here, and they're just gonna be eating this up.
There's a lot of busybodies.
So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the two of you make your way out of the party. You get far enough away that you feel you can have a private conversation.
yeah, that no one can see.
Mm-hmm.
Out of prying eyes and ears.
Okay. So you get on the other side of like a stand of trees.
Yeah.
And, you feel that you've got some privacy here.
Petravian,
Yeah.
let's talk about what happened. How's that sound? So, I have a question to start out, and so I can see from your position, yes?
Do I need to get a stool?
This is like a performance review at work. All right, let's see. Let's talk about the incident. All right. We want to hear your. We want to hear your opinion
Your
on
side
it.
of the story. Yeah.
Why did you join the hive?
Because I felt close to both Hummel and Vera, and I wanted to be even closer to both of them.
Wait a minute.
Not because you believed in their their teachings and mellifera?
Well, yeah, but I wanted to be part of the family unit. I felt at home with everything there.
Okay.
Forgetting the truth, Riz. There you go.
So, from my point of view, that sounds like really fucking selfish, Petravian.
Why? I want to help them. I felt I was happy. I for the first time in a long time I found a family, and I just wanted to be with them.
I mean, it's just when one joins a religion, it is because you believe in the teachings, not because you want to be closer to someone, other than the deity. It seems,
But it came part and parcel.
So, did you believe in the teachings of Mellifera before you joined?
Family, community, yeah.
Alright. With your relationship with Hummel, I
Okay.
am curious why you cannot, why you're worried to do all this before we go off.
Because Hummel's a slut.
Well, I had a long, lengthy conversation. Well, maybe not terribly long, but a good conversation with Karis last night. And they made a very good point that making plans for after saving the world again, it doesn't have it can wait. It can wait.
Okay, so are you in a rush to do this or are you not?
No,
Okay,
no, not anymore. This
but you were.
I was,
Yeah.
and that was wrong. That well,
Do you
it
think
was
you were
selfish.
wrong?
It was selfish.
Why do you think it's selfish?
because I'm putting my own desires on someone else, and not fair to do that.
If Hummel does not look like Vera, whenever that whole body thing happens, are you still going to be attracted to Hummel?
So I'm attracted to the being. The person.
Definitely they said B at first. My brain was like, holy shit.
In my
Holy
mind, I'm
fucking
thinking, I
shit.
thought I was gonna get hit with a pun damage for being.
Petra's like, switch back, damn it. I want the B.
Alright. Well, alright.
I don't know what they look like, but
I mean, I think that will be up to maybe Vera when she's done doing shit.
exactly.
But
it's
I
who
just
they are
wonder
on the
how
inside.
much of your relationship is actually like
Physical?
not physical. It seems like there is a lot of baskets in the more physicality of it. Or
I like
however the
Hummel's humor.
saying go. Oh, okay. Is that it?
They make me laugh. They're just such a bright beacon of fun, and it's after everything that I've been through, it's nice just to have somebody who's out to have fun, and
So
I miss that.
I am curious. What happens if the relationship does not last?
I've been there before. I hope I get to still have a good friend, because I fell hard for someone before, and I'm very lucky that they're still a good friend.
A fucking week. All right. So, yeah, from I think a lot of our perceptions, yeah, you were just trying to get into Vera's like pants while not having Vera and Vera, just so you know. Like,
yeah,
like it was really
most consider
fucked
that
up.
a dick move.
Yeah. And Riz will put their hand on the side of your face and just kind of gently brush it. If you do that again, I will disintegrate your balls off. Okay, good talk. Is there anything else you're excited to, see during the party? Well,
I would like to see what this Mrs. Wimblepot looks like.
she looks old.
How old?
Like, old. Like, obviously age has, like, done well for me, but,
Oh, you don't look like a day over.
that's what happens when you're immortal.
But, I mean, have they brought out the main cake yet?
I don't know if they're gonna have a main cake. I don't really know halflings of this world's traditions.
They call it the
Where
bunny
is
cake.
Vera?
She's crying at the table. She thinks she's being a bad sibling because she got upset at you and should be like a model representation of everything Mellifera is by never getting upset at any of her family members, even though sometimes their family members do some shitty shit.
Okay, okay, I'm of two minds. I feel like I should leave that alone or go to it.
Leave it for the end of the party so we're not causing too much drama.
You sure?
Yes, and I will be watching over it.
How bad is it?
She's drinking, like, a lot. and like getting drunk. and
Oh,
none
they'll
of
be
it's
fine.
sweet.
They'll be fine. They drank before.
There's no honey in the fucking thing.
Oh, I fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Stupid. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And
want to
I-
give them a big hug, but that would be a
Yeah, don't touch her.
And
Yeah.
Jiro, I just think, like, all of this, and now, like, I don't want to be here, but I just feel like I've completely ruined my brother's time spending it at Dribble Snatch's entire party.
Jiro just kind of has this look where he wants to correct everything that Vera is saying right now, and he's trying to sign very slowly and say things like, "That's not her name." Also, this isn't your fault. This was a bad piece of timing from Petravian and Hummel. It is okay. Just please try to feel better. But of course, I imagine Vera gets absolutely none of that.
No, it's like there's 4 hands.
Yeah.
Do all
It's
different
all-
things now.
It's all warbling together, and you can't focus on any of it. Roll a
Well-
d20 for me, by the way.
D20?
Yeah.
You got it.
Pass out.
Come on. Oh shit,
Nat
son.
20!
Woo! All right. You Yeah, you feel very drunk. That's for sure. You feel very, very drunk, but you don't feel nauseous. Like you don't feel like you have not yet reached your limit. So
That means there's still
plus
more to
ultra.
go, baby.
yeah,
Go fucking plus ultra.
you're also in the last quarter of the bottle.
Go for it. Do it.
No. Okay, first of all, I'm going to drink more of it. I'll finish the bottle. I'll finish the bottle. Why not, right? That's
God.
great.
Let's
Okay,
go crazy.
The party.
Yeah, could you roll me another d20, please?
God.
Oh, nat one.
That's an 11.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. You after finishing that the bottle, it is now fully empty. You set it down and it falls over, and then Jiro picks it up and sets it back up. The entire party appears to be spinning now, and you do kind of have this sensation of something wrong is happening inside you right now. Like you get this sensation that like the backs of your hands are starting to sweat just slightly, and you can feel you have this hyper presence of like your skin and your neck and your eye and your head movement.
Oh no.
It's this really weird sensation, but you just have like this hyper awareness of like this weird like tells on your body right now.
I think like Vera's having like cold sweat. Like puts her head on the table and is kind of rolling it across. Just like
Yeah.
it's probably because of the spinning nature.
Oh yeah, I mean the
She's just,
whole
like reacting to it.
this whole party is like it's almost like you're on a boat right now.
I'm so ready for a halfling bouncer to come by and be like, "Gotta go home, buddy. Come on."
Then you barf all over them.
Eventually, Riz and Petravian come back to the party. Riz is all smiles.
I'd like a perception check to see if I see Vera.
Go for it.
You got it, boss. That's a wrong button there. That's a 16.
All right. You look around and you are able to spot Vera over at the table with
16
Jiro.
does, but a 21 doesn't.
He's taller.
I mean, Grem has
He's
a
taller.
point.
It gets
He's
a plus
taller.
10.
He's able to see over people in a way
I
that
mean-
Lovette's not. I gave Lovette a penalty on the roll.
Fucking halflings.
Oh,
Lovette's just like, why are halflings so tall?
Why do they call them
Riz.
halflings if they're so big?
She looks like crap. I really feel I should go over there.
We're going to wait until she's sober to talk because all she's going to do is apologize, and it's just gonna be like, she should.
But she's
be
my
s-
sister, and I
she
want to
sh-
help her.
She should be saying while she talks to you.
I don't want her to talk to me. I just want her to feel better.
She's just going to apologize and then be like, I'm sorry, Petravian, and then it's gonna be like, you're gonna think everything is fine, and I just want to blast your balls off.
Please don't.
Yes, but I am like these close, Petravian. I want you to understand how much you fucked up. Even if Vera is like, I'm sorry. I'm such a terrible sister. Know that you are a terrible brother then.
I'm a terrible person, I know.
Okay, go help her.
Thank you.
Right. Well, Petravian, you rush off and you make your way toward that table. And as you get there, Jiro is just again trying to gently pat Vera's hand.
Oh, I'm sure that doesn't feel good.
No, probably not.
Oh,
Just any kind of touch.
Yeah. Any kind of contact right now is
oh no.
But you get there and you find Vera rolling her head back and forth on the table with an empty bottle on the middle of the table that has a faded label and a sticker on top of that says warning.
Oh dear. Buddy. Petravian goes, "Oh, Vera, what did you drink?"
Brother.
No. Just me speak. You. I feel
No,
like if you open your
No, you have to listen.
No.
No.
You're gonna
no.
throw up all over me.
Jiro has just put his head in his hands.
You listen to me, sister. I am a stupid asshole. I have not done right by you.
You didn't do anything.
No,
wrong.
you are listening. You are listening.
You listen. No, you don't tell me what I do and don't do. I'm sorry. I should have been better for you.
You are the best.
I can do better.
No. But I don't deserve you.
You deserve all the happiness that we can bring to you, brother.
No, I don't. I don't deserve what you give me.
Shh. No, you have to listen. You deserve everything, just like everyone else in the hive. And I want to strive to give that to you. And I'm sorry that I thought that you were just here for nothing. I was just always told to watch out for that kind of thing. And
I was here. I joined the hive to be closer to both you and to Hummel, and to be closer to the family. You guys are the closest thing to a family that I've had in almost a century, and I didn't want to lose it.
it's because we are a family. I'm sorry, brother. I don't feel so good.
How much of this did you drink?
I drank a lot of it. It's there. I think there might be some more.
Oh, you finished it off. She drank the whole thing.
It's-
I'm
it's
pretty
empty.
Sure. Just looking at the
Is
bottle.
I actually try to tip it up to try to see if I can get a drip to taste what this is.
Sure. So you tip it up, and there's enough residue inside that you can get a drip of it out. It touches your tongue, and you get the sense that it is highly
Poison?
concentrated alcohol. that has a wonderful like berry flavor to it.
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
Vera.
And I'll grab Petravian's arm, and what Vera tries to do is get up quickly.
Oh no.
And she's like, "No, we can get you some like for free."
No,
just gonna
dear, sit
stand
down,
up.
please. Oh,
Am I able to stand up?
Vera, I'd like you to roll another d20 for me, please.
Got it.
I'm gonna be wearing it, aren't I?
So Vera, you,
4.
you stand up, but you immediately stumble and just sort of fall into Petravian.
I catch,
Riz looks
making sure
disgusted.
to just to not touch
Vera-
the shoulder.
Vera's just kind of like drooping on you right now.
okay. All right, we're going to
I'll-
get you.
I'll start like rolling across Petravian in order to try to get to my direction that I'm going.
Mhm.
Nope. I'm gonna pick you up. Print up.
No, you have to go. No, this way. It's this way.
What would it bride style, the picking up crossing the
Sure.
threshold style?
It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
called
Nope.
bridal style.
I'm sure,
Sorry, I
Riz-
pick up bridal style.
I'm sure Riz is loving this.
Yeah. So you pick up Vera and are now holding Vera in your arms,
Oh,
and Vera is just kind of drooped there. I'm assuming like barely, like maybe not even able to hold her own head up.
No, like baby with no like
No neck muscles.
Put
Which,
me
let me
down.
say-
I can walk.
It
I
just
can
really does.
no.
It really does wonders for your stomach. By the way.
Wonderful.
It's beautiful. Oh.
Shall I start the Vardo Vargon for the night?
Maybe, yeah.
It's
for
not
Vera.
even night.
Oh,
You-
poor baby.
I don't. Okay, but maybe I don't want them to miss the singing
She
the
has
happy
been
birthday.
drinking like the entire time. You think she actually cares about this party?
I don't think she'd care
I-
about this part if she wasn't drinking.
All these
oh,
people,
Petravian.
these people matter a lot. Like they're all very weak. They're very lucky that they have dragons to watch over them. I mean, otherwise, I
Whoa.
would be happy for them to like be with our family. That'd be lovely. I don't want to ruin this for you, brother.
Who the fuck is this person?
They just said a good thing about dragons. Yes, get Vardo
Oh,
Vargon.
yep, you got it. All right. They get Vardo Vargon. They take out a rope and just yank it into a center point.
Okay, so just sort of right there in the middle of the party.
I'm trying to make it off to the side so no one trips on it or
Ax-
anything.
Accidentally climbs up into your
House.
portable house.
They can't get in.
All right, so you affix a rope into the trapdoor into your Vardo Vargon pocket dimension, just outside of the town, or just outside of the party rather, allowing Petravian to, I guess, put Vera into that space.
All right.
No, I can. How would I do this? Oh, I know how I'm gonna have to do it. All right.
Just
So,
fireman carry.
Yeah, fireman carry and then like rope up, but that's a bad position. You're probably gonna need to roll it, right? Going over the shoulder.
Oh, you're gonna barf so much.
You're gonna barf. I
Roll
feel.
it, roll it, roll it.
Roll it. I feel.
That depends. Am I rolling something? What am I rolling? Am I rolling something, Beardy?
Yeah, if you're being handled in such a way, I need a d20 from you. This is gonna see if you pop.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 13.
You don't pop.
Okay. Wow.
I only roll well when I don't want to.
But at this point, you kind of feel like you need to. Like,
No, I'm holding that shit in.
Uh-huh. As you do everything.
it's true. All right, so you
Um,
successfully load Vera into the Vardo space, and as you go in there, did anyone else go with you, or is it just Petravian and Vera?
I'm gonna
I
let
think
him
just
be.
us two.
Okay.
Yeah, for now.
So so Petravian, you carry Vera into the Vardo space. I'm going to go ahead and push that map. So you have Vera in there. What would you like to do?
Okay. Vera, I think I don't want you to get sick all over your room. Please, can you just stay in my room?
I mean, it's gonna disappear afterwards anyways. And if anything, I'll just have the ants eat it.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way Vera can feel gross. I don't think that's just physically
Thank
capable
you.
of that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Okay, fine. I mean, considerate. I like it.
Like literally, and Vera just puts her arms out, and you just see the pores start to open as
Nope.
tiny
No.
ants start popping out.
Oh God.
Where her entire arm turns black, and then suddenly they all just like swarm off like water.
You're disgusting, Vera. Never forget
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Never change.
Never change.
You can't make me.
Thank you for that, Vera. That's very considerate of you. Ugh. Disgusting, as always.
What?
Nothing.
Sorry. Sorry. This is player talk. Oh, sorry. That's
Yeah.
a lot for me.
So where are you putting Vera?
I will take them and place them into the hive room.
Okay. You place Vera into the hive room. What then do you do?
I sit with them for a little bit, and would you like some water? That's normally what helps me through.
I can actually, and Vera's hand once again on the side of the bed just starts spewing water as I use create water.
I don't want you to drown yourself, so I feel like you should start drinking water.
Oh, for water.
You gotta dilute whatever it is in your system.
Okay, I'll just, and Vera like limply puts it on her face, and we'll do create water to drink water.
All right. Vera, drink some water.
Wonderful.
You don't immediately feel better, but it's at least putting you in the right direction.
If anything, isn't it going to make me throw up more?
It's going to push you closer to puking, yeah. But purging that is going to help you a bunch when that happens. So give me a d20.
Happen
Do
at
it.
some point.
One of these days, you'll roll below 10.
Oh, that's a 15.
All right, yeah, Vera,
God
you
damn it.
hold on to your liquor.
No, this is
Continue.
happening off screen now.
Yeah.
Phew.
I'm really sorry, brother. I didn't mean to make you feel bad about what I said. And I don't believe that's the reason why you join our family. All right?
And I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to say you're sorry. It's okay.
Saying it and feeling it are two separate things. I am sorry. I am sorry I took advantage or tried to be a selfish asshole.
You're not selfish. Stop saying that. You're a good person, brother.
Self-serving. Fine. I'm self-serving.
We all have.
I don't
just
want to be
survive.
alone, so I join. I don't want to be alone, so I don't want to feel sad and alone, so I join with a group. I don't want to feel sad and alone, so I don't. So I join
A cult.
That's the word you're looking for.
I join things because I don't want to be sad and alone.
Brother, you'll never be alone with us. I promise. We're family.
Every now and again, I do shit that just says I don't deserve it. So
Vera attempts to like shake her head in a no direction.
You make mistakes. I've made far worse mistakes than you have. We'll always forgive you, brother.
Now, you can forgive me as much as you want, but I need to forgive myself first. Before...
Then fucking forgive yourself. Fuck.
So I have a question.
Not co-
Where's Hummel in all this?
God damn it, Beardy.
That's. I was thinking
Look,
it the entire
I'm-
time, but I wasn't going to
I'm
ask
just
it.
curious because if Hummel's around, I didn't know if they had anything that needed to be added to this.
To
If
add?
not, if Hummel's not here, if Hummel's at the party, then Hummel's at the party.
I just imagine Hummel's just patting Vera's back lightly to the point of it being useless.
Nice.
That way I don't have to do the voice, which is the same as Vera's voice.
And that's
I should
Vera
have
falls asleep.
never asked. I should have never asked what I did. I should never ask to use you that way.
You hear an almost kind of buzzing noise as Vera starts snoring.
I turn them on their side and make sure that they have a bucket next to them.
It's not going to help.
Now this is long range.
Yeah. All right. So you have made Vera as comfortable as you can. They are passed out in bed. What would you like to do, Petravian?
I look at Hummel and I ask them, "Oh, I know what I want. I know what I should do." And I tell Hummel to go enjoy the party. Because you gotta make sure, you can't leave somebody who's that drunk alone.
Okay. Okay.
well, I mean,
So you're just
I'm
going to
not-
watch them while they sleep.
What, you think I'm going to enjoy the party without you?
Yes.
No, I'll just stay here. This is kind of
Well-
both our faults anyway, so
Okay. You could say it was both of our faults, but I asked the question. So it falls to me. I shouldn't have.
I mean, it was a fair question. We're not meaning any malice by it.
Yeah, but I should have had the wherewithal to say no. Not yet. That's on me.
Well, we Well, guess what? We're just both staying here. You can't make me go to a party.
Can't make you go have fun.
I have fun when
I'm
I'm near
sure
you.
there's plenty of alcohol out there.
All right,
I
listen,
mean,
I'll be back in like 5 minutes. All right.
as long as you need to.
I was gonna go out for like 15 minutes.
All right. So Hummel flies out of the Vardo space, leaving Petravian there to watch over Vera, which will take us back to the birthday party. So back out at the birthday party, I believe we haven't checked in on Kurla in a half a minute. So what's Kurla up to?
Well, after Riz and Petravian walked off for their little private chat, Kurla just sort of flowed with the crowd, staggered around with their stick, just kind of soaking in the atmosphere. It's the biggest kind of party event they've ever been to, and it's nice to be there and not be afflicted by hunger except for the delicious treats. So they're going to just enjoy the atmosphere, sip on their drink. Eventually they'll make their way around when they finish their drink back to where the drink cellar was, which is vaguely close to where Vera and Petravian were, but they're going to get there, I think, well after all of that has happened with the Vardo Vargon. So they will head back to the drink cellar. Where is Lovette and Archie? Where are Lovette and Archie right now? Did they make their way over there as well, or could they not? They couldn't find.
Lovette and Moira are
others?
by the drinks.
Okay, then I guess I will bump into them as I go for another drink.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I had actually stuff I was going to have Lovette talk to Moira about, but she's probably going to look for some relative privacy. The privacy of an anonymous crowd, you know.
In that case,
not to cut your whole interaction short. I just don't.
No, it's fine. Kurla will kind of, I guess, then raise their nearly empty glass to you and to Moira as you both go off to find some privacy for a chat.
Yeah,
And Kurla will just sort of prop up the bar, sort of elbow there, taking a sip, making small talk with the barkeep, and just kind of, as I said, enjoying the atmosphere.
So after you end up chatting up and getting to learn the name of your barkeep, one Osos Autumnbow.
Osos Autumnbow. Yep.
Osos Autumnbow, and he is a mixologist of some renown in the Merry Valley. But anyway, the two of you have a conversation that'll last a little while. But meanwhile,
small talk. Yay, Kurla can do it now.
So
kind of.
Moira is going to be just kind of clinging on to Lovette's side, and looking at all the pretty colors and drinking their multicolored, multi-banded drink. So, pretty everything, I guess. Just it's a lot to take in, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. I've had something on my mind. While I don't know if I don't want to be a buzzkill, but maybe you can help me sort this out.
That's what I'm here for.
Why are we doing this?
What?
Why am I doing this? Saving the world. I'm not saying I don't want to. I do want to, but I don't know why.
I suppose
5 years ago?
Because the alternative is to just let the world die, and that seems kind of like a bad idea.
Yeah, but why? Why is that a problem?
Letting the world die?
Yeah.
It seems
What
like
is
a
in it
problem
left?
because then everybody dies, and if everybody dies, then
Then what?
Then you die too, and so does the world, and that
We
seems like a
could
bad
escape.
idea.
We could escape.
Into
I've
your
got power now.
pocket
Uh,
dimension? I mean, that
other
doesn't seem like
places.
it doesn't seem like
There's-
a great world.
There is alternatives. I've got the power that we didn't have to do this. And I do want to do this. But I don't 5-6 years ago I was fighting to save the world for your predecessor, and then for Sol, and then for my mother, and then for Archibald. And it seems like all of those are either solved or irrelevant. Now Archie's even gone. I know that this is going to be resolved eventually, but it's like he's not here anymore when we need him. I don't know what I'm fighting for.
Well, I guess you're fighting for a world for Archie to live in.
I guess that's true. I mean, there are other worlds. We could find the world I'm living. And like, I'm attached to this one, but it seems like
I mean,
only
yeah, like
superficially.
you have like friends and like close relations. I mean, a family is anything you kind of make it. So I mean, seems kind of odd for you to say that, I guess, but
I guess
it seems like
I
you have
don't
plenty
know.
to fight for.
Vera has her family with Petravian.
Mhm.
I'm not part of that family. Risen may not even stay in this world. And Kurla may go
Sure.
with them.
I mean, that's fine. Like, that's not who I
Yeah.
was talking about. I was talking about like you're close with like Karis and the kids, and
It's true.
your
yes.
mom's here. I mean,
And I want to protect
Mark
them as
II
well.
is here, and he's kind of, sort of attached to you. I mean, I think all those people are important to you. I mean, this is
suppose
is your home, and it's Archie's home, and you know, if we're ever gonna get him back, he's gonna want to be here, right?
I suppose so. Well, I think so. I don't know. Seems like by the time he's back, I'll not really be me. And I'll have to give up everything just for that to happen.
I mean, you'll still be around, sort
I
of.
think so. I don't know. I have no idea what this means. I might
Mm.
not have any sort of consciousness at all.
I'm never gonna leave you, okay? No matter what.
Grab her hand.
I'm serious. It doesn't matter if you're a voice. It doesn't matter if you are just a floating gnome in a tube, okay? I'm not going anywhere.
Well, that means a lot to me. I would say we enjoy this party for real.
I'm gonna pull some use out of my pocket.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh shit!
Moira will take one of the tablets and just straight under the tongue.
Nice.
All right, yeah, having a good time. Pop one of those and then go get some more drinks, and then I can
God.
stop by Kurla.
All right, hooray, recreational drug use. Okay.
Yay!
All right, so the gnomes have officially gotten high. What is Riz up to?
They're kind of just
That line
meandering.
from Piano Man, right?
Yeah.
They're probably gonna return to Jiro's side. And just spend time with him, drinking.
Okay. Cool. All right. So Riz and Jiro will hang out. Kurla, you kind of gave a little salute to the gnomes and then went on your way. Any particular place you were gonna head? Or sorry, you were at the bar. Chatting
Yeah,
with
If
Osos.
Kurla's still at the bar, I'll be there before they're gone.
Chatting
Yeah,
with
I
those.
Okay.
So that's why, there's now a Fortune's Favor trading company that's going to be operating throughout the whole continent.
Well, do you think they'll be able to get me a good deal on some imported alcohol?
I mean, tell them that Kurla says hi, and actually, no, I don't know if they ever like me much, but tell them that Fortune's Favor says hi. Tell them that Riz says hi, and then I'm sure they'll give you the friend discount.
Oh, all right. That sounds pretty good. Your drinks look a little empty. Do you want a refill or something different?
Tell you what, I loved that, but how about, I mean, you did something that you knew I would like. Do something that you would like? Like, what's your favorite drink that you make? I'm curious now.
All right. But I warned you.
All right, that's
May not be your taste.
not disconcerting at all, but
So he goes behind the bar and he starts putting something together, and he's kind of doing it like half behind the bar to like hide it. And he'll eventually set this goblet up on the bar itself, and it's like a metal goblet, and it has this smoke coming off of it.
It's just pure corn syrup.
It has the smoke billowing out of the top of the goblet, and there is a crazy straw in it.
Nice.
Hell,
And
with
he slides it toward you. Just be careful with that one.
raised eyebrow. Should I be and Kurla will take it. Should I be glad that I'm a healer, or?
Oh, probably, yeah. That
Right.
seems like a useful skill.
Well, bottoms up. Kurla will sort of by default go for the rim instead, and then they'll sort of what the hell, turn it back, crazy straw.
All right,
Up
so
it.
you sip this
Take a
through the
sip.
crazy straw, and as you sip it through the crazy straw, like you can't see the liquid for the like the smoke coming off of it, like the fog that this stuff is generating. But as you drink up the crazy straw, the liquid as it moves up the straw is literally changing colors. Like it's sort of going through the rainbow as you're drinking, like as the liquid itself is shifting colors. And you get it in your mouth, and it is maybe the most hyper sweet thing you've ever tasted. You know the difference between eating like pure granulated sugar and then eating honey, and it seems like
Kind of.
somehow like honey is sweeter somehow than just pure sugar. This to me is like that same level of jump above honey.
Wow.
So it's an equivalent step higher towards some sort of pinnacle sweet
High fructose
perfection.
corn syrup?
Maybe.
Yeah, see, I told you. It's just straight corn syrup in a goblet.
Yeah. So it is charged with something, but
How does
it's
the
very,
rainbow
very
taste?
sweet. To the point where it kind of overloads your tongue a little bit. It kind of makes your mouth numb as you're drinking it. And it is pretty powerful too. So I'd like you to make a fortitude save.
I would be
Oh,
happy to
shit.
make a fortitude
Yeah.
save. In theory. Yep. Okay, here we go. That is a 22.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, you feel pretty good. It's powerful, but it's not overpowering. I guess is how I'll put it. As far as its effect on you.
I tell you what, I've spent the last 2 decades plus basically surviving off rotten meat. So maybe I screwed up my taste buds a little bit, but that is just about the sweetest thing I've ever tasted, and that is wow. That's your favorite?
Yeah, mostly because it's difficult to make and it tends to knock most people out.
Don't get me
So-
wrong, it's delicious, and I mean the look of it. The color is wonderful, and ooh, that's going to stick with me for a little while. I certainly got a kick
what
to
is
it.
that? Oh yeah, your drink is on fire.
No, I think that's just the natural thing. The color. I mean, look at this. Also, this is my friend Lovette and Lovette's Moira.
Hello.
Moira and Lovette. Osus.
Oh, yes, I apologize. I didn't get your name before. I guess that's
Oh,
what the people
quite all right.
do.
I mean,
What is that?
I think to most people, I'm just sort of an anonymous barkeep, and that's fine with me.
I
Anyway,
mean, whatever works for you.
do you need
This is
anything else?
This is
What-
apparently
what-
Osus's favorite. So if you want to, you might want to try mine first. It's got a
Oh.
bit of a kick to it. Before he makes up another one, it's got quite a lot of. You don't want to
Sure.
go wasting all of his thing. Kurla will like two-hand the goblet
Yeah.
over.
Take a sip out of that curly straw.
Yeah, it's very strong, and it kind of overloads your tongue with sweetness. It is, to your palate, I would say it's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
That's something. Wow.
It's good, right?
What do you think, Moira? Wow. Oh,
No, that-
oh,
No thanks.
I
Moira just smells it and is like, nah.
really
We're good.
gets in your throat.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good to me.
Here you
Kurla will
go.
kind of
I
take
don't
it
want
back.
you to miss any of it.
You know, if you don't care for it, I don't think Osus is going to take offense. I imagine it'll mix you up something that you do like.
I
You're
just have
you're
no
both
idea.
looking quite happy already, though. So
Yeah, this party has been a great time.
Are your pupils dilated?
I was going to say, can I do a perception check to see if I pick up on the pupils
yeah, absolutely.
as I'm sipping this drink?
See,
Ah.
Kurla, like, looking a little more closely and adjust my glasses so it looks like that's what's doing it.
Oh,
Yep,
that is a
Kurla,
24, but it's a nat 1, so
I'm afraid that is not enough to notice the minute signs of the muse affecting the two of these people.
Kurla will
What
sip
about you,
their.
Kurla? You having a good
colourful
time?
drink. I mean, not a bad one. Yeah,
But
it's.
you
It,
wanna
I
have
never.
a good time? I can help you have I've got
Where are you going with that, Lovette? Because that's slightly concerning.
what are you assuming? What does that
Moira
mean?
Moira kind of like reaches out toward Kurla. You can have a really good time.
Yeah.
Really good time.
We can show you a really good time.
A really good time.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
can you
we're
elaborate
gonna-
on what that means? Because that could mean so many
No, I don't
things.
want to
And
get anyone in trouble.
Yeah, keep your voice down. But you can have a really good time.
I'm gonna stick with my
So
drink.
good.
I think.
There's
Thank
so
you,
many
though.
colors here. It's so bright.
Oh fuck yeah, that'd
Sidelong
be
glance
insane.
at the barkeep, Osus.
He's helping someone else at the moment, but he can
Okay.
look
It's
over.
like
need
late
to get the barkeep
November,
again?
and it looks like it's fucking early April.
Are you feeling all right? Did you drink a
feeling
little bit
fine,
too much
man.
or something, or have you got something? Well, you know what? I'm glad you're enjoying the party. It's a good thing. I think we could all use a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of blowing off steam.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling a little bit down before, but I'm feeling great now. Have you seen Vera at all?
I've not really. No, she all
Right.
right?
She just disappeared as soon as the party started.
I mean,
I
that's
guess
not
that
on.
sounds unplanned now that I say it out loud, but
That does sound like Vera. I never imagined her as much for the party type. In fairness,
Well-
I never was before, but now I can be, and I'm not going to eat anyone, so that's
watch
lovely.
your step. Try not to step on any bees. You might be anywhere.
You think Vera turned into a bee again? So what,
a bunch
Hummel
of
is
bees,
walking around in the
probably.
box?
That's what she gets really small.
You have to
She
watch
could
for
be
the-
everywhere. You
So-
get used to it.
So tempting to make the pun there, but I won't.
At about that time, someone walks up behind the two of you as you're having this conversation at the bar, and they are not a halfling, so they're already kind of a little bit out of place looking. But you see a tall, slender-looking half-elf with like long hair that's like pulled back and then is tied and goes all the way down to like their lower back, and it shines like their hair is like bright gold. And this half elf looks at you and like looks at Kurla and looks at Lovette and looks at Moira. How are you enjoying the party?
Oh, wow,
Yes.
it's been a great time. Holy
This is-
crap.
Yeah, great fun. The drinks are amazing. The food's amazing. Mrs. Wimblepot's an absolute delight. Everyone seems to be having a nice time. I'm enjoying myself for the first time in
Oh,
quite a
she's so
while.
sweet.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name though.
It's
I-
Mala. I suppose it would be the easiest way for you to pronounce it.
Maya? Well, I hope you're enjoying the party as well, Maya.
Yes,
We stand out a
it's-
little bit but among the guests.
It's always an interesting occasion. You
You-
seemed to be different than most of the guests. I was wondering what your business was here.
Oh, we were. I don't mean to like brag or anything, but we were invited by Selnorif, guys.
I see. Wow. A personal guest of Protector Dragon of the entire Merry Valley. That's
I
a
suppose so. It was a bit of a surprise, but a welcome one.
place of honor then. Well, welcome
I
to the
don't know
party.
about that.
You sound like you might have been to one or two of these yourself. You said it's always a good time.
Yes, I've been to every one of these, actually.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. They tend to get more interesting over time as more and more halflings are born and come to these.
So is every birthday like this, or is it just to Mrs. Wimblebot?
Currently, it's Mrs. Wimblepot's, but it's a celebration of the eldest halfling in the entire valley.
Oh, I see. So
Once
it moves
Mrs.
along.
Wimblepot passes on, it will simply go to someone else.
So
Well,
you
that
are
seems like a nice tradition.
you are a friend of Zel's as well, then, or
Family.
That would explain the hair, I understand.
apparently I'm not too quick on the uptake right now. I blame this, but in a good way. You should try this, by the way, if you like particularly sweet drinks, but I imagine you may have done already in 140 plus years.
I'm quite all right. I don't typically drink alcohol.
Fair enough.
If there's anything else you can enjoy, we have other options.
Are you offering drugs to the dragon?
She's
Wow.
testing the
Correct
waters.
again.
She's testing the
Christ.
waters is what she's doing. I know it's a dumb idea. Lovette high as fuck right now.
The half elf formed dragon looks at you. No, that won't be necessary.
All right.
I was simply curious as to who you were and why you warranted a special invitation.
Well,
That's
my
all.
name is Lovette.
Well, Zell might be helping us out with a little project that we've been working on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's
Ah.
basically what it comes down to.
Does he explain to you? Do you explain to you I will heal it all now that you mention it?
I don't know that we need to go into any details of that.
No, I don't either. I just kind of thought that we didn't need to because I thought the details had already been gone into.
I
Oh, yeah,
have
come.
seen the way his mood has shifted recently, and
Oh, cool.
I believed that it was possibly the interference of someone else. This simply confirms it. Is there something that I need to know that's going to happen?
If
I don't think that's our place to tell you.
no, I think that's more of a conversation that you should have with Zell, being family and all. That's not our place to say.
Obviously,
can
there's a
assure
whole
you that-
difference in perspective. I'm not sure if we would tell you the same thing.
For what it's worth, I can assure you that we're here on the best of intentions and mean no harm to him or anyone else.
And yet you refuse to speak freely of it.
I just feel really like great right now, and I don't want it to. I physically can't deal with it.
It's a sensitive matter.
Yeah, it's strange to me that you wouldn't trust the whole version of like that he would be a better person to speak to. I really just don't think it's appropriate. We could. I mean, I don't think it's a secret. I didn't think it was a secret, but I don't know if it is. I'm not the one here who lives here.
If you're concerned for your father, brother, I'm sorry, I'm not clear on the relationship, but if you're concerned for your family member, then by all means, I would recommend talking to your family member. It speaks well of you that you are concerned. I respect that as someone with family of my own, or at one time anyway, but less said there the better. I'm gonna shut up now.
Mala fixes the two of you with just sort of a cold look, and she will bid you both a happy party, and will go and chat up someone else.
Wow, Maya, do you feel like this shit is wearing off faster than usual?
Nope, I feel awesome.
I feel like I'm else is out there.
That could have
Maybe
gone
take
worse,
another
but it
one.
could also have
Okay.
gone a little bit better. Fucking hell.
I feel kind of bad, but I also don't feel like I feel like we said the right thing.
I
I feel
feel
like if we explained everything right then and there, I would just go to see him.
Kurla's gonna look around for Zell. And see
You look
does-
around and you see Zell up on the stage area at a table, sort of not super close to Mrs. Wimblepot, but close enough. He's kind of drinking off by, or not, he's off by himself. And yeah, he's got like a cup and some food in front of him, but he's not like eating or drinking heavily. He's just kind of sitting there watching everything and kind of deep in thought, looking over the party. Near him, you see a human wearing a gold coat, that's sort of sitting near him, looking bored, off in one direction. And then you see, partaking in a group dance, is a halfling in front of him, like in a bunch of halflings that are dancing. You see one of the halflings in there that's dancing has like bright gold hair.
Well,
So,
Kurla will
as far as you can tell, there are 2 other younger gold dragons here.
Kurla will turn to Lovette and Moira, having identified where Zell is. Are you two gonna be all right if I just go and have a quick word with our host?
We're doing great. We're doing great.
Yeah,
Maybe
we're
the
doing
best I've
great.
felt in days.
Oh, this is so great. Why don't we do this more often?
Why didn't we do this at the other Harvest Festival?
We should have been doing this all the time.
We don't have them. I don't know where to get it.
We should get more.
If this ends with me needing to heal you up, just let me know, all right?
Moira like just reaches out and like just touches Lovette's face. We should get more.
I don't. Okay. I'll figure it out.
Kurla's just gonna like shake their head and start trudging off, drink in one hand, staff in the other, towards Zell.
All right. You head over towards Zell and you find a pensive-looking halfling wearing gold clothing.
Kurla will drop another awkward curtsy bow thing. Good morning, evening, day, something.
Day, I'm sure, probably.
Looks about right, yeah.
What can I do for you, Kurla?
Yeah,
I'm glad
just,
you could make it, by the way. I know
thank
that
you. It's
you've been
a
very
wonderful
busy.
wonderful party. I appreciate you having invited us. I know the circumstances are a bit weird, so
Oh,
much
it's-
obliged.
It's certainly a strange time, but I think that this is all for the best.
You just had an interesting encounter with Mala, family of yours, if I understand
Oh!
correctly.
Mala's my eldest daughter. A precocious one, that. She's always got her own thoughts about everything. She's at that age, you know.
She was quite curious to know why Lovette and I, and by extension the rest of us, were present, and she seems a little bit concerned about you and
Well,
what's going on with you.
I haven't really exactly told any of them what would happen in the near future. I figured that it would only upset them and probably make them try to stop me, and that seems like a bad idea for everyone involved.
You'll forgive me, but that sounds a little bit like they're going to be rather pissed off with us if things go sideways.
I'll leave them letters. I'll explain the entire situation to them after the fact. I just know that if I tried to tell them now, they would throw a tantrum and fits and try to stop me, and it would go poorly for everyone involved. It would just make it hurt more than it needs to.
I wish that there were another way, and if there is, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we'll try and find it. Time is running short, but if there is a way that we can make this work without... Enough people have died. I hate to see another person die, especially when you've led a community like this, when you've fostered its growth and this kind of joy in people.
Kurla, I'm not immortal. I don't have an infinity of time to look forward to. I'm going to die someday or another, and that day is probably not that far off anyway, just from natural causes. It's not like it's saving me from some terrible fate. I feel like if I go out this way, it's meaningful in a way that it wouldn't be otherwise.
I can respect that. You must forgive me, healer by trade, so, letting anyone die on my watch feels a little bit like a failure.
Well,
Even
I
if they're
understand.
ready for it, even if they're doing it for the right reasons.
Well, that's truly fine. It's just I respect your appreciation for your work and your dedication to healing. But it's important to note that everyone dies eventually. At least as long as they're, mortal and all that. But it's part of life. The
Aye,
cycle
that's
just moves a little slower for dragons.
That's a lesson I'm trying to learn. I just hate leaving your family without a loved one.
You'll survive. I have quite a few of them. Most of my kids don't even attend these anymore. They've gone off to their own parts of the world and their own adventures. But I have 3 of my children here tonight.
Oh yeah, I know. I met Mala obviously, but I do see a couple of other figures who look like they might be relations of yours more than Mrs. Wimblepot.
Indeed, they're good. I'm glad that they stuck around, but I'm sure that you can speak with them if you wish, but otherwise they'll live their own lives.
Meaning no disrespect to you, understanding how powerful you are and so forth, but is there anything that we can do for you or for your family when you are gone? You mentioned letters. Do you want us to make sure that those get out to where they need to go for your family that's further out in the world, or?
I've made arrangements already for that, but I suppose my only request would be to keep an eye on this place after I'm gone. That's all.
I don't know who of us will make it out of this, but if I do, I will certainly try.
Thank you.
Kurla will kind of raise the still smoking, multicolored goblet of sweet. I should really say thank you as well for what you're prepared to do.
Don't. It's fine. And he'll take a deep breath and take a sip from his drink, kind of readjust himself in his chair, and then you hear a horn go off nearby, like someone blowing into a horn, and it kind of cuts a silence across the entire party. And that's where we're going to take a short break.
And we're back.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. Here we are with Check Please, the live tabletop role-playing game thing that we do here. Hello, welcome.
We're trying to go and changes in-house here.
Perfect intro. You did it, Beardy. All right.
Yeah.
So the group is at a party for a really old halfling lady. The last thing that happened is they just heard a horn that rang out over the entire place. And everybody got quiet because something important just happened. And that is that people are calling out the beginning of the pie eating contest. So, a moment later, a bee is going to fly back into the Vardo and rush up to Petravian.
Peachy. They're starting the pie eating contest.
Oh.
Like I know that you're like looking after Vera and stuff, like, but like I can watch her, and like get you. I could get Kurla.
Okay.
They all know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna win this for them. I'll be right back.
You got it.
I just imagine Hummel when it's just Hummel and Vera be like, all right, let's see if this bitch got Netflix.
And Petra will come running out to pie eating contest.
Okay. So my question to you, and my question to everyone, in fact, is who would like to participate in the pie eating contest? Just Petravian, or does anyone else want to throw their hat in?
Fuck it, I'll do it.
It depends on whether or not the bee comes to get me. As they said they might do.
Oh,
Well, does Hummel go and grab Kurla?
that depends. Is Vera dying?
No.
Then no. So you're free to eat pies.
And Kurla will actually, will.
All right, so we
Trot
got 3
over.
takers.
I
So
don't think that's doing it, I've got a
Lovette's
decent
not-
con, but I
No.
can't imagine her being in a pie eating contest. She's just like, "Ugh, no."
Close, I'll eat a pie. Sure, we don't need to compete.
Gotta try this at least once in my life, and hey, hunger. That used to be my superpower, so.
yeah, exactly.
Ah,
That's a good point, actually. You've had a huge advantage not too long ago.
It's true. Well, the lot of you, the 3 of you rather, get up to the pie eating contest area, and you see the number of contestants are seated at these tables. So, the person who is organizing the pie eating contest, a rather rotund-looking halfling, is guiding people to different places. Gets you all seated down at these little tables before he eventually takes one himself, because he's also going to be competing as well. And there are a number of people here who are going to be running pies back and forth, like from the main pie table to each individual eater. So you always have a pie in hand. There's always one on deck. You've got your pie you're working on and your pie on deck. And as soon as you finish yours and grab the one on deck, they run and they grab you another one. So this one is whoever can eat the most pies in a certain amount of time. And it's going to be handled with a simple contest. So I need a con check from all competitors. And we'll see how you do.
yay.
10. But I'm gonna give myself a reroll.
Of course. Okay.
18.
Nice.
Very nice.
16.
Riz's experience is eating a bunch of pies, getting full, and then and then
17 from Kurla.
All right. So an 18 from Riz, a 16 from Petra, and a 17 from Kurla. So of that, you all end up kind of placing around the same area in the competition. So the competition starts, you start shoveling pies in, and these are just various kinds of pies. Some of them are blueberry, some of them are apples, some of them are strawberry, some of them are rhubarb. And you're just nom 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 nom. And as you're eating them all,
Is there pumpkin in there?
no.
Oh.
I'm
Sorry.
Harvest Festival.
I'm just looking at Kenny and man, you hate all of these.
I do. Fucking hate pie. Pie's the worst.
Pie's
Me
so
too. The only one I
fucking
like is pumpkin.
That also grosses me out.
Of all pies.
So-
I don't understand the point of pie crust, but let's continue.
The
Continuing
pie
on.
crust is there to make the rest of the pie insanely good. You
Not
have to
worth
put
it.
you have to put all the garbage
Not worth
somewhere in
it.
something.
It's not worth it to me.
It's the pie crust.
It sounds to me like you guys
I-
have had some shitty pies.
Yeah,
I'm
the
I'm
pie
gonna
All of
have
them.
to make you good pies. I don't know what
Yeah.
else to
Good
say.
luck.
They've all
I've
been
made a
pretty
lot of
bad,
good
too.
pies. None of them are good for me, but other people like them. Fuck it.
So you guys eat a succession of
Yeah.
pies. They fall before you like so much wheat. And all of you place relatively highly in the competition. Like you're all within the top 10. But none of you win or anything. The rotund halfling at the end ends up winning. Apparently this is like his event that he wins every year. So
Yeah.
he wins and gets a ribbon that says deepest tummy. So he's
Nice.
he's happy with that.
But
So
we don't
I've been
embarrass
thinking about
ourselves. We
this
the whole
do
time.
respectably.
I'm fine. I didn't win this.
Are bags of holding made from halfling stomachs?
Wow.
I mean, maybe.
No,
They are
I
now.
don't like that. No.
They're not gonna live forever. What do you want?
It's always done during the like halfling funeral and stuff. Like, okay, who gets the tummy?
No, see, we've got this party. What we don't know about, what Zelda hasn't told us, is right after this is the purge.
God.
The purge.
I like the
Run.
red hour. I'm going to keep doing it.
Well, after that winds down and the longtime reigning champion is hailed again, that all kind of breaks up, and the attention is now put on back to Mrs. Wimblepot. Because at this point, they wheel out this enormous cake that has so many candles on it, the thing looks almost like a bonfire. They wheel it out, and a group sing begins, and they sing some kind of birthday song that
But she's a jolly good fellow.
yeah, it's similar to that, right? It's definitely a halfling tradition, and everyone seems to know all the words except for you guys, and it's just kind of a little bit awkward because you're trying to like hum along to it, but you don't really know the melody. But eventually it finishes, everyone claps, and then Mrs. Wimblepot like leans forward and kind of makes like a blowing gesture, but she's so far from this thing, there's no way she could actually blow any of these candles out. But as she does that, all of like the family and kids that are around will all kind of like blow out all the candles at the same time.
Aww.
So at that, there's a mighty cheer, and they begin slicing up the cake for everybody, and it is every kind of cake.
Yo, this bitch gonna die in a couple of days.
Yeah.
The cake is big enough.
Diabetes.
The cake is big enough that like there is every kind of cake within this cake at one place or another.
That doesn't sound like necessarily a good idea. There's some kinds of cake that don't go together.
Well, they're kind of stacked and layered, right?
Oh.
So you can kind of get slices of whatever you choose to. And that is basically dealt out and served, and everyone is now kind of at the lull at the end of the party. The children are becoming tuckered out as their sugar highs are finally beginning to wane. What would you all like to do?
I would
Try the
get-
cake.
Yeah. I know that I'm gonna have cake, but I'm gonna get a slice and bring it up to Vera. And
Oh, that'll end well.
of course it will. I know.
What kind of cake do you wish to bring back for Vera?
Geez, what would be the closest to like just straight honey? No, not coffee cake.
Vanilla?
Not chocolate. I don't think. Does Vera like? Shit,
No, Vera.
I'd
doesn't
like to. Can I? Xeno, can I roll a knowledge to see if I can remember if I've ever seen Vera eat any kind of anything other than fucking honey on anything?
I mean, Vera likes sweet stuff in general.
Okay, just sweet stuff. All right, then we're gonna go with a strawberry style filling cake with vanilla.
Let me see.
Okay. Yeah, there's a cake there that's a vanilla with a strawberry ganache in the middle.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, how am I gonna get this up here? Clamber back up into the Vardo,
Mm-hmm.
and I go back into the Vera's room, and I sit, place the cake next to the thing. And
All
I
right.
start numbing.
So you just kind of sit quietly with sleeping Vera
And
and Hummel.
yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat. Hummel's gonna
Cool,
eat
cool.
some of the frosting.
And what would Lovette be doing at this point?
So I'm like, I kind of when we went in the break for some reason I'd forgotten about the muse, and so I feel like maybe Lovette and Moira were in the pie-in contest, but they weren't competing. They were just like,
Oh, check out this one. Oh, I want to buy that.
and like asking for like try different ones before they were finished with the ones that are at.
Mhm.
And so they're the same approach to the cake of just like going through each layer, like,
Holy shit, this one.
Also, I'm surprised that Petravian's like, yes, I'm going to eat cake after overloading on pie.
I don't have the deepest tummy, but I still have a good sized tummy.
Was pretty good still.
It's good cake. I'm not gonna be rude.
Be rude.
Be rude not to go into a diabetic coma. Not to go into a diabetic coma at a halfling birthday party.
That's what they say.
So Vera's conked out. So what is Kurla doing at this point?
Can I do a perception check to see if I've picked up on the fact that Lovette and Moira are both a little bit crossfaded?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's see.
Yes.
Thank you. That is a 32.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you notice.
Okay.
Yeah, Lovette's definitely acting unusual, and
She's happy.
Yeah, and you recall that Lovette does carry drugs, so
Drugs.
you think this might have been what happened here?
I thought you were going to say that you do know Lovette carries depression normally, so this is odd.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Well, when Kurla has finished chatting with Zell right before when the horn sounds and then pie eating contest, they will grab a slice of cake and just kind of hang out a little bit behind Moira and Lovette, just kind of keeping an eye on them as they enjoy a piece of, hopefully the chocolate piece of the cake, and finish their lovely huge rainbow goblet drink thingy.
Alrighty. And Riz?
I'm still just hanging out with Jiro and drinking. Maybe had a couple of rounds, but
Gotcha. Okay. Well, in that case, time will march forward and the party will wrap up. So the children depart. The adults are kind of tearing things down and putting away decorations to be used in the next year's celebration. Mrs. Wimblepot is carried back to a nice puffy wagon, like a stuffed pillow-lined wagon, and is carted back to town. And everybody kind of goes their separate ways. So now the party itself, like the tables and decorations now, are just kind of being taken down and tucked away carefully. Zell's sort of standing in the middle of all the chaos, just kind of watching it all happen.
I'll probably go find Zell before too long. I mean, after we've gone through the cake.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you approach him, you see a half-elf woman talking to him.
Oh,
And
I'll stop.
as you get closer, she'll turn, like she'll notice anyone approaching and turn and leave.
Oh, you don't think that she liked us particularly much, Lovette?
Well, yeah, I didn't mean to include.
Oh,
the narration
it's
kept going. I didn't have a choice to stop.
it's fine. Mala just has a different opinion about a lot of things.
Is everything going to be okay?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, relatively. It was a close
Relatively.
celebration.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Yes. So I'm sure everything will be okay. But it's just going to take them all a little bit of getting used to.
I can imagine.
But they've been around for a while, and I'm sure they'll be able to handle it.
It was a great celebration.
Thank you.
Definitely want to remember.
I should hope so.
Best party I've ever been to, I can safely say, so thank you for it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Wimblepot, for it.
Well, he kind of takes a deep breath looks over the slowly demolishing party and will look back at you all and say, "So when do we begin?"
I think some of us might have to sober up a bit, but as soon as possible.
He nods. Very well.
And I think I'll just mean that you figured out what you needed to.
Oh, we had a
Thank you, Phil.
conversation earlier. I forgot to
Oh,
tell
yeah?
you all.
Yeah, oh, what's up?
What's up?
Riz sounds a little more inebriated than before.
Oh, you must be having a good time as well.
I forgot that I haven't drank in a very long time. Boop.
As long as you had a nice time, that's
Yeah.
the key thing.
But yes, we gotta go do that thing. But how are we gonna get the new box? How are we gonna get the new box into the Deadlands? When are we gonna do that? Does it have to happen at the same time?
It's a new box? What?
Yeah, your box, the soul sucky
Yeah.
device. It's all gotta happen at like the same time, right?
Yes, I think so. I mean, yeah, I did want to discuss that as well. Because obviously, we can put a timer, we have to put a timer on the NSD. And so, I mean, we will have to coordinate it. Maybe now is not the time to have this conversation. Are you sure you're doing okay?
I'm doing great. My face feels really soft. Do you want to try it?
Do you have a, like... Yes.
They just kneel down.
Just do like a little pat.
Oh, you're
like ethereal, right?
Yeah, wow. Do you use like what do you use to get it?
I
like that?
don't use anything. I haven't really thought about touching my face. Like, ever.
Oh, that's probably it then. It's probably because you do not touch your face.
Yeah, because I don't touch it, yeah.
Yeah.
Kurla will just turn to Zell and deadpan. The world is in absolutely safe hands. You can count on us.
Right. Yes, indeed.
I did want to ask a question to Siklo.
He asked me to party. I listened to the request.
I think we got spells for that. It should be fine. This should be okay. Before we do go, I wanted to ask that. Well, I was hoping to get a lovely one. Because we might not have this. We might be going to a last stop. Realistically, I kind of wanted to go to the Steam Island and get some closure on some things before we left. So I don't know if we could do that if we have like a day. But if we don't, then I understand.
There's a few hours of light left today. Can you make it there and back before tomorrow?
Would you be able to come with me, Kayla? How are you feeling?
Oh, yeah. How am I feeling, Beardy? I think I only had a couple of. Well, I had
you're a little
2 drinks.
But I mean, aside from a little bit of buzz, no, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just concerned that, are we going to get there quickly enough? Or are we going to make it? Are we going to finish up quickly enough? And are we going to get back without you being arrested or executed or whatever you're concerned about happening there? Still don't quite know what the story is. Just that you.
Does someone
Sorry,
want
come
to
again.
kill you?
Should I tell you the story? I would like to talk about this somewhere more private.
I just know that you're hesitant to go back there. I don't really know the details. Don't necessarily need to. I just need to make sure that
Well,
we're
if
going to
you
get in
want
and
to,
out
I
of
can
there
tell
all
you.
right.
I do think it's fair if I kind of drag you there. I should at least give you the whole story. Just kind of not like that in the middle of this party.
Well, to answer your question, yes, I'm still up for it. I promised you I would help you, and I will help you. But
Okay.
are we going to do it now, or are we going to do it after we save the world? That's really up to the whole party.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a chance to after. And I don't want this to distract me.
Why not do
Fair
it
enough.
just now? It's just an afternoon.
Yes, I think that should be
Do
fine.
you want me to be there? I can disintegrate some bitches if they want to kill you.
Do you want to be there?
Do you want me there?
I kind of. You're my
Got
friend,
it,
but
bitch. And
I
they,
don't want you to disintegrate anyone.
they hold out a
necessarily.
hand for a high five.
Like, as I'm saying that, I still give the high five.
Yeah.
Not just please don't disintegrate anyone right away.
You got it.
You fine.
You point, I will kill.
Well, just to be.
How about something a little more specific than pointing?
You
Because I
say
might point.
prison. Kill that bitch.
Yeah, that's way better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I say that, don't.
You got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, which particular soul you wanted me to find, and which are you wanting to speak with?
I don't know how much you can. It's a lot of baggage to unpack. I'm not
Kurla's
expecting to
gonna
go to all of it.
tug the scrolls from sort of the back of their belt and just fan them so they're both, in hand. I got two of these. I can try and find 2 different souls, and I think I have just about enough diamond dust to have enough power to contact 1 or 2, depending on what condition their
Gosh, I
soul's
didn't
in and
realize
where
it
the
was
souls
this
are.
expensive.
It's not a big deal. What else am I going to spend it on, Lovette?
I mean, I don't know if this will even work if we talk to Moira. I don't know if there's enough left to talk back.
I'm hoping to find that out from using the scroll, but that's up to you with who we're going to try and contact, who we're going to try and see whose soul is in, and what condition it's in. It's up to you, but we should move on this.
Yeah, okay. I kind of was hoping to see if Vera would be there, but I haven't seen Vera at all today. I don't know if she was even here.
Rez, you happen to know how Vera's doing?
Oh, she cried a lot, and then
She was crying.
I told Petravian that they would disintegrate his balls if he didn't get his act together.
Oh, you got any more muse, Lovette? I think I could use one, actually.
I would rather have you lucid for this if you wanna come with me.
Fair point. Maybe after.
Oh, now I'm
fuck me.
concerned about Vera crying. Alright, well.
It's okay. I was the one who said it wasn't her fault, and then I told Petravian to be better.
Do I need to sober anyone up first, or repair Petravian's bollocks? Do I need to
Kinda
regenerate them for
side-eyeing
him?
towards Riz, like,
I don't think so. I don't know. Just maybe.
Did you blast his bollocks off? Because I can regenerate them, but I'm wondering if I should, if he's done something amoral.
Not yet. I said I would if he was stupider.
That's I don't get it. I don't know. I can't. I can't bring myself to say it. It's fine. Could we go see if they're okay with coming, and if they're not, then I get that time is of the essence.
Kurla will turn back to Zell just to try and read the expression on his face.
Zell at this point is he's got kind of this distant, vacant look on his face as he's realizing that he may, in fact, be dying for nothing. Maybe not.
This bitch
It's
never
hard to
seen
tell.
someone at a party. He has parties all the fucking time.
Yeah, but halflings party different.
Yeah,
Halflings
Chris
built
hasn't
different.
drank in a long time.
Halflings built different.
All right.
Built stupid.
Give me some direction here. Who am I trying to whose soul do I want to determine where it is, if I can even find it? Your father, Moira, both,
Yeah,
neither?
those two. If
Both
that's
of them.
Possible. Could you?
I will do my best. Why don't you go and round up or take care of whoever it is that you want to come with us?
Okay. Does anyone know where they went?
I would assume they're in the Vardo, Rez. Are they?
Who?
Oh, is
Not
it
the
Vardo,
Vardo, but the Vera and Petravian. Are they?
Oh. Well,
Should they be
Petravian
looking
was
for a
out
folk?
here. I don't know if he went back, but yeah, there's like a rope
Okay, look for a rope.
somewhere.
You hanged him?
Why the fuck would you think I killed him? I threatened him. I don't kill people unless it's mostly
Unless
necessary.
Unless they sadly annoy me.
Or I need to talk to a deity.
Hmm. All right, so rope. Vera's up there. Petravian's wandering around somewhere. You can't miss a fucking 7-foot Oread. He's going to turn up sooner or later. Probably wearing a lampshade, but I'm
He's
going
a
to
good
absent
boy.
myself for a few minutes and see if I can find, get a lock on the souls you want to contact.
Of course. And thank you again.
It's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I know, but it's a big deal for me.
Now, Kurla will step aside and find a nice patch of ground to sit. Of course, the only legal way, crisscross applesauce, and they will start poring over one of their scrolls and just preparing themselves for this spell. As the rest of the party does what?
We're looking for the Vardo, probably.
Yeah, go finds the rope and checks up on Vera.
After wandering around a little bit, you find the entrance to the Vardo hanging in midair.
There are these.
I'll like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll head in. I don't need to say anything.
Yeah. So inside, you find Vera sleeping in her room, and there's a slice of cake next to her, and Hummel's is like living in the frosting.
I see.
Oh. Hi.
Yeah. So it's kind of short notice, but I was thinking maybe of going to the steam aisle to get some closure on some stuff.
Why?
So I don't. If I die out there, my life doesn't end like completely meaninglessly.
Fair enough.
I was kind of wondering if Vera was going to be able to come with, but it looks like she is not.
Well, I mean, I could try something for you if you did. That might work.
That's
we can try.
Dangerously vague.
It won't hurt.
Who?
Anyone. The only thing it can do is help. So Petravian
that's still dangerously vague.
Stand back.
Puts the takes Vera's hand and does a lay on hands to try to see if he can, using one of his mercies, poisoned, to remove the poisoning of alcoholism.
I mean,
alcohol. I assume you mean alcoholism.
Alcohol. Yeah. Sorry, alcohol.
For alcoholism, you need to remove disease.
So,
actually, I could do that. That's another one of the mercies.
You rub your hands together. You use lay on hands, and use the rudest ability that any paladin possesses, and that is the ability to make anyone sober by touching them. So,
does that make the alcohol in my stomach water?
It neutralizes all that alcohol, yeah, and it just like cleanses your body of it. So it basically turns it all into water, and it suddenly makes you spring back to life. You have just the faintest of headaches, but you wake up from your sound sleep, and you have just like this light headache in the back of your brain, but you are no longer even tipsy. You are sober again.
Oh, it worked.
Wow, that did work. I think.
Hi, Vera.
Are you okay, Vera?
Everyone's in here. All right.
Yeah, well, not very long. Didn't mean to draw attention to you. I just wanted to ask if you wanted. Yeah, this is a bit. I know really short notice if you were just unconscious a minute ago, but we don't really have time for me to do any personal trips before tonight. So I was going to go to the steam aisle and get some closure, and I didn't know if that was something that you would want to be there for.
I mean, we're just doing this tonight?
I think so.
Sounds like.
I mean, we've already wasted the day at the halfling's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we have to get started as soon as we can tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. Are you going to be there, or should we just...
I can come. If you want me to be there.
Wings flutter just a little bit.
Did you want me to hang back, or didn't want me
You
to join
no,
that?
girls. I mean, I don't. I feel like this is just bad memories for you with very little context. But if you want to be there, I'm not going to say no.
I will. For you, I will come. Wow, phrasing.
Okay.
You're right.
And Petravian's just standing there with a big stupid smile.
Well, I'll gather everyone together and I'll do us a teleport. Or
Alrighty.
3. We'll see how
Oh.
it goes.
Okay.
Kurla's still prepping the spell.
Oh, well, yes.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
I after that, of course, but I don't know if we
Hey,
did nothing.
Riz, you okay?
I feel great.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Guilty but better.
Boop. Let's just poke your nose.
How much did they have to drink?
Are you talking to me or to yourself?
That was to myself.
Oh, you're talking, though, still.
Yeah, I said the inside part out loud.
Yeah. And it's like about this much. Like this or this much. Like 4 to 5, 6.
You don't drink much, do you?
I've told you guys like multiple times that I don't like being inebriated because blah 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 danger or some shit.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
If you need me to, I can get rid of the.
I'm
I mean,
feeling
you're fine. You're fine.
You didn't have to tell me that, but okay.
Is this conversation happening in Hummel's room?
No, we're headed out. We're headed back down to
Okay.
the back outside.
All right.
Enjoy the cake, Hummel.
So, what is Kurla working on, and how long is it supposed to take?
Well, Kurla has laid out both of their scrolls of Soul Seeker, and they are sort of gathering energy, so sort of white motes of moonlight are swirling around them. It doesn't take more than a few moments, and they will first, as they gather energy and as they sort of chant the words of the first scroll, they will focus on the descriptions that Lovette has sort of offered of Seamus McKinney Bodwin, and they will cast Soul Seeker to try and determine the state of that soul, whether it's moved on, and if not, then whereabouts would be the best place to try and contact it, if it's going to be its place of death or if it's going to be somewhere else.
Okay. You determine that the soul you are looking for, the soul in question, is currently in the immaculate vaults of endless interest.
Okay. So I will note that to myself, and with my understanding of how Speak with Soul works, I will ascertain that I need to be in the location of his death in order to make any contact with him. As that scroll sort of burns to nothing, they will turn to the other one, and they will focus on what they know of Moira O'Brien, the true Moira O'Brien, and cast this spell, hoping that just as it once gave them insight into the state of Verla's soul, that it will give them some insight into the state of Moira's soul and whether any of it still exists in any place. So once again, casting Soul Seeker from this scroll.
You cast Soul Seeker from this scroll, and the answer you get is not the same. It doesn't give you a location as clearly as the previous one. It doesn't tell you that, oh, this soul is at rest in the, in a particular deity's realm. This one, it's not even saying like, oh, it's lost in the maelstrom. No, this one you get bits and pieces, tatters and shreds here and there in different places, but none of them are enough to even be generously called a soul. It appears that Moira has been shredded and scattered to the wind.
Oh, Kurla will let that power fade and grab their staff and sort of clamber back to their feet, I guess, as the rest of the party approaches.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have some good news and some bad news, Lovette.
Bad news? What's up? Can we not go?
The good news is it seems like your father's soul is in the, I don't know, the vault of immaculate conception, something along those lines.
Oh yes, like because he was always a big
Important for
national.
Seamus, I assume.
Yes.
So we should be able to get in touch with him if we go to the place of his death. I think that'll be enough of a locus
That
of
seems good.
the
That doesn't sound
energies.
like bad news at all.
That's the good news. The bad news is
yeah.
I tried to locate Moira's soul, and any piece of it that might be big enough that we could make some sort of connection somewhere. And I'm sorry, Lovette, it's dust, it's shredded, it's everywhere and nowhere. It's gone. There's no way that I can facilitate contacting her. She doesn't exist anymore. There's no nice way of putting it.
I see. Guess I kind of expected that. You know, I don't know if we need to go to Disney Island now. I mean, I do want to apologize to my father. But it sounds like the closure's not really on the table.
I'm sorry, Lovette. I wish I could offer you better news than that.
I'm glad you gave me the truth. Well,
if you want to try and talk to your father, then we can absolutely make that happen. But that's up to you.
Yeah, I guess I'm processing a lot in this moment. I suppose it can't help, right? Might as well try.
Kurla's actually going to sort of stagger over and put a good hand on Lovette's shoulder, just gently.
Hey. Okay. Is everyone ready?
Vera will nod.
Okay, I get this. Let's go then.
I'll toss out a teleport pad.
Alrighty.
Oh, well, I'll start too, and that'll be
Glad we should get out of Valdo. This could be bad if we... Well, that was a close one.
once everyone's out of the Vardo, then I'll teleport us.
Alrighty. You step out of the Vardo, you cast teleport, and you
Good
make
thing
a
it is my
successful
home.
roll. Yeah. Alrighty. So you successfully teleport the party all the way from the Mary Valley.
So the place of his death, right?
Yes. To the
So it'll be
place
right in front
his
of the
death.
police station, or whatever it was called, the inspector's office.
So you all have jumped about 750 miles, roughly 720 miles, maybe
Just a quick
somewhere
stop.
in that. What's that?
Just a quick stop.
Yeah, it's a quick stop. So you all make your way, through time and space. There's a flash of light, and you find yourselves in a dirty, dingy city. Even though it was just daytime where you were already here, it's because of the greasy smoke in the air. It seems like it's already evening in this place. As the light kind of plays and diffuses through the pollution in the sky, kind of making a big chunk of the sky appear to be like this kind of reddish orange color.
As soon as
I
they're
remember it being so dark.
There are gnomes scuttling about, doing their own business, and there's automatons here and there doing work.
As soon as the teleport is done, Kurla's going to shrug out of their cloak and just sort of drape it round Lovette and throw the hood up. I'm assuming that you want to keep a low profile.
I suppose that's probably wise. I wasn't really thinking about it. Well, he died in jail. I don't know if that's going to be suspicious. So he's like a radius we could do this at.
Inside the actual.
Yeah, that's.
Is
I
that
mean,
a-
it was a
Yeah.
big day. It was crazy.
I honestly don't. I don't know how far I need to be from the exact spot. This might work. It might not. It's a toss up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm not really afraid of the inspectors if we have to go inside. Just a little awkward.
I can try it from out here, and if it doesn't work, then I guess we'll try our luck inside.
I suppose. It seems kind of expensive, but if you're okay with it.
Oh yeah, I misspoke. It doesn't actually. Resurrection is what requires the diamonds. You don't need to worry about.
Oh, okay.
Yellow will kind
Yeah,
of
I don't
steal
know if we need
himself.
to do that. I mean, it might be. I guess we'll talk to him, and maybe if he wants to come back, then that's another conversation. But that can happen
Right.
after everything.
Right. Just
Right.
take my hand and think of him. And Kurla will kind of
Okay.
gently take Lovette's
Okay.
hand and concentrate, and with their other hand begin weaving it through the air in the much more smooth motions that they've been using since they changed allegiances to Valuna, and moonlight energy will begin to emanate from their hand as they once again cast Speak with Soul.
All right. So you finish the spell, and this beam of moonlight cascades from you forward, illuminating a space in the street. And as it does, these particulates in that beam sort of fuse and form together and create the outline shape of a gnome floating in the air, slowly becoming more and more detailed until eventually you see this spectral form of Seamus in front of you. He is decked out in the fanciest clothes you've ever seen him wear. Honestly, he's wearing like clothes that are like interwoven with like metallic fibers and gemstones. It's like the perfect high fashion. He's even got a hat on. He appears in front of you and blinks a few times. Oh, I wasn't expecting this.
Hello, Marcel.
Lovette, is that you?
Yes.
He floats a little bit closer.
I don't think we can make contact, but it's actually.
Lovette will gently, I beg your pardon, Kurla will gently release Lovette's hand and just kind of give him a little bit of a gentle push towards the spectral form of their father.
I hope you're doing well.
It's interesting, that's for sure. There's
Yeah.
quite a bit of activity and hubbub and all sorts of things. Lots of work to be done, but it's
Well,
profitable
they seem to be
work.
working in the afterlife.
Well, you know, the people that don't work, you know, they're dead weight. So why have them, right?
Right. It's like it's been a while since I was home.
Oh.
So yes, it's a bit of a work, but at the same time, I've never done better. It's very rewarding work there.
I can't
That's good.
wait to
Wait.
die, then go to my 9 to 5.
Well,
Right.
this is
But there's no
Seamus
concept
we're
of
talking
time.
about.
Yeah, right. I know. This is what happens when you worship capitalism as a religion.
Yeah.
You go to
Uh,
hell.
But
You
but
go
the
to
thing
hell.
is, there's
Working.
there's no concept of time. They
Yeah.
they don't have time.
Yeah, they don't work
So you
9
can't
to
clock
5.
out.
Yeah, you don't clock out. You work forever
You work for eternity
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
I don't know, your soul's spent.
until you have all the money.
Until you win.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, it's good to see you, Lovette. You look different.
Yeah, lots changed. I mean, I looked more different not too long ago, but there's a lot. I met Mother's family, and
Oh. Oh dear.
well, I mean,
I
I'm
told
here.
you. I thought we told you never to do that. Why would you do that?
Because I did a bunch of other things that people were telling me never to do, and I had to fix those.
You get tutted by your dead father.
I created abominations and nobody told me not to do
Honestly,
that.
kind of comforting for Lovette right now.
Yeah, well,
Have you
I
at least
wanted-
kept up with your studies?
Yeah. I've actually been working on some multi-dimensional calculus at this point, so...
Have you started your own business yet?
Yes, and I've got a great assistant. She's wonderful.
How many employees do you have?
Oh, well, we just got a new batch. We've got... So it should just be like 120 new employees or so.
Oh, more than 100 employees.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, they're refugees, which is of course terrible, but...
Well, I imagine you could pay them less. I mean,
Oh shit! Wow! Oh wow! Oh god, that just rolled right off the tongue there, didn't it? There, Dad.
sorry. The vaults have a way of
Yeah, I imagine.
affecting the way you see things. Sorry.
That's okay.
He kind of rubs his forehead. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I'm glad. I wasn't sure. The things went really crazy the day that you were gone, and I didn't know if I felt like I betrayed you.
No, don't ever think that. You
I
followed
mean,
your
I guess
heart, and that's the most important thing you could have done.
I don't know.
That's-
My heart led me in some pretty dark places.
Everyone's heart leads them to dark places once in a while. What's important is that you keep trying. And I'm glad that you did.
Maybe, but it didn't work out. Maya is gone. Gone. More than gone.
And what about your mother?
Marcel is okay. She's doing well. Maybe okay is a bit strong way of putting it, but she's better than you last saw her. We started to break the curse, and she's at least not suffering now.
Well, that's good to hear.
And I
That's
promise you, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to make her better again.
that's better than I had ever hoped.
I miss you, Father.
I miss you too. He leans, sort of his spectral form moves down, and he wraps his
Aye.
arms around. What's that?
I'm gonna activate my oscillating phase generator and see if I can actually hug him.
You're gonna try to go out of phase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you activate your oscillating phase generator. He moves down and he wraps his spectral arms around you, and you can feel his hug.
Well, hug him tight.
Oh, you bastard!
He,
I love it.
whispers in your ear, "I'm proud of you."
I was going to shed some tears. Just hold him.
He finishes the hug, and he'll like kind of lean back and kind of hold you at arm's length and look at you. So, what's your business growth plan?
Well, currently my workarounds are threatened by being overtaken by the Deadlands, so currently it's just resolving that issue. Oh, we got it in hand. It's
Oh,
pretty well
good.
taken care of.
Excellent.
I will tell Mother you're doing well. I think
Thank
she
you.
misses you a lot as well.
I miss her every day. Just
I don't know how much more time we've got together. But...
yes, it's my break's almost over. It's
Break? You don't get a break.
it's
You don't
it's
get a
been
pay
good to
break.
see you again.
Yeah.
Just carry on the family spirit. I know you can.
I will, I promise. I've got big things that might be going on in the future. I might not be like this anymore. But I promise I'll still keep the family spirit, and I promise I'll still be me.
You've always had the biggest dreams and the best plans. I look forward to seeing them. I love you. And he vanishes.
Just reach out.
Or the oscillating voice.
Yeah. So
All right. Let's go.
Sorry, Lovette, I couldn't hold it any longer.
you see
okay.
a couple of constabulary come to investigate the spectral shape that had just been reported by some citizens, and some gnome constables with mechanical, servants with them are kind of moving down the road toward you, blowing whistles. Oi, you there!
But you never-
Officials? How do we get going?
You never seen anyone contact the dead before? It's no big deal.
They're not super close. They're close enough that you can hear them whistling and shouting. So you have time to vamoose if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll cast teleport again.
All right. The group gets onto the pad and teleports away as a bunch of gnome cops show up and are unable to apprehend any of you. What is your destination?
The Bardo, just like in front of the rope again.
Oh, okay. All right, back to the Merry Valley and back to the party. You return a moment later, and again, it's bright enough here that your eyes kind of squint for a moment because it's just such a difference in air quality.
Shit, the gnome lands in this world is fucked.
Yep.
Like, that was,
that was-
gross.
And that was like that before we did things.
Yeah. What things, Petra? What are we talking about? Are we bringing this up now?
Things we
Is this a-
regret.
Yeah. No? Oh, we all regret these things, huh? So we were back there talking. Let's just look.
I don't think
things.
that I
I
want to
definitely
know.
haven't been home in a while.
Kurla will
What's that?
slip their cloak off of Lovette and kind of whip it back around themselves. I wish I could have given you more time. I'm sorry, Lovette. I wish I could have given you better news about Moira.
At least, well, the news about Moira, I mean, that has nothing to do with you. That's my mistake I made a very long time ago. And I'm just gonna have to live with it.
If I can ever find a way to help with that, I promise you that I will.
Maybe my machine. Maybe the one that Voska is helping me make. That's my only hope anymore.
Did it help at least to chat with your father? He seemed to be doing surprisingly well for himself.
Yeah, he was doing great. And it did help a lot. I mean, I'm glad. I knew he wouldn't be mad, but it felt good to hear.
I know that one quite well.
I guess we should get some sleep, shouldn't we?
Ugh.
And a couple of hangovers to work off by the sound of things.
Yeah.
You hear that, Petra?
He will solve the hangover for me. It will be
I
fine.
shall.
Alright, let's get. I guess I'm gonna get to bed. It's alright. I'm just gonna do Valdo. Good night, everyone.
Did anybody ever see if that the little Mark II ever showed up to the party?
Oh no, I was looking after Vera mostly before I started getting sloshed. And then I was doing the thing
I
with
did
you.
not see.
Is Zell still there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would actually to go to.
Zell is still there. Yeah, Zell's standing nearby. Kind of where you left him.
Zell, a quick moment, sir.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Whatever happened to that that halfling that we brought with us?
The automaton.
The automaton.
Well, it's doing its best to imitate a dead friend of mine, so it's strange.
Still haunting?
Yeah, yes, it's still around.
Is his best at least an okay job?
Uh,
I mean, I tried.
I mean, you can say no.
a few
It's
months.
okay.
it's doing its best to court Telly Talbert and be a father to her son. So
Good for him.
it's strange to say the least.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry.
I just want you all to know that that's been a very strange situation from the very first time I laid eyes on Marcus those years ago.
Yes.
To see all of this happen this way has been, well, not pleasant, I think is how I would describe it.
I hesitated on this decision for a long time because I knew you might feel that way. But I'm sorry.
Your heart was in the right place. I think.
Who knows? I assume you're going to be staying the night here before we leave? You have your own place to stay? At the big tower?
He turns and just kind of looks off in the distance. And he's like, yes, I have a place to stay.
Okay. We'll be with you in the morning.
All right, well, meet me there and we'll get on with it.
Yes.
I'll head back to the Bardo.
He'll give you all a stern nod and walk away and leave you all to the Vardo.
Oh.
I've gotta say, I'm super tired right now. Like, not even gonna lie, I could actually sleep right now. Weird.
I mean, we got a big
That
day ahead of
is
us tomorrow. You should absolutely get some rest if you think you need it. Or want it, for that matter.
Jiro, come over here. We're going to sleep well.
Jira moves over and starts prepping the bed.
Do
Riz
you
is
want me to
leaning
help
on
with
him.
Do you want me to help with your hangover? Maybe that.
If I have one.
Okay.
Who knows if I'll have one?
Jira will help Riz into bed and then begin making tea.
Petravian will flump into the couch there.
Oh, pie and cake. Was a good day.
Well, good night, everyone. Kurla
Jiro
will,
gives you a nod.
Kurla will step inside their colourful room and sprawl out on their bed and close their eyes, but instead of trying to go to sleep, they will kind of cast their thoughts towards Veluna, not trying to contact them, but just to try and get into whatever prayer dream state is appropriate for them. And eventually, I guess they'll just drift off.
Okay. So, time will pass, and unless anyone has anything they need to do today, I'll go ahead and move time forward.
Just
Move
sad
on.
stuff. Just sad stuff. Just crying into Moira's arms and saying I'm sorry until she falls aslead.
I can't
Nice.
do anything important right now. I'm doing sad bitch shit.
Mm-hmm.
Moira's not going to accept your apologies. Like, you stop apologizing to me right now.
Oh. Okay.
Fucking suck it up. Knock it off.
Oh,
Damn.
beautiful.
I'm not her.
I'm not Moira. I understand that you made me look like Moira, and you gave me a bunch of Moira's memories as you remembered them. But you know as well as I do that I am not her. So
But
don't
I
get all
can't say
weepy on me
sorry to
now.
her.
Well,
I can't
you can
apologize to her.
you can apologize to the world, but don't apologize to me, okay?
All right.
I'm not here to be a grief sponge. I'm here to make your life easier.
Okay.
So,
You're right. I'm sorry. And
Let's-
this for you this time.
yeah. She gives you a smile. Now look, is there anything that you need to do before we deploy this thing tomorrow?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Maybe I would speak to my mother. I'll speak to her tonight, but we can. That I don't have to go anywhere.
She'll give you a sly smile and grab you by the scruff of your collar and pull you toward the bed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I guess I will send Mom a message in the morning after all.
Yeah.
One way of cheering you up.
Yep. So
Mhm.
Moira will go about that. And anyone else have anything to do this day?
Does Petravian stay on the couch?
For a long while, but then he'll eventually make his way into his bed.
Okay.
It's a comfy
Uh,
couch.
If you stay up long enough, Jira will offer you some tea.
I will happily accept a cup.
And then he'll go
A
over
cuppa.
and give another cup to Riz.
They'll drink it and fall asleep pretty quickly after that, kind of latching on to Jiro as they fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that leaves Petra as the last person awake. What you doing?
Heading to bed.
All right. And that will end the day. So it pushes us on to...
Oh, you had something?
What's up?
So Vera would probably have been waiting for Petravian to go to bed. And
Okay.
At the point that he goes into his room, would probably go over, or will go over, and it's going to knock on his door.
All righty.
He's half doffed his armor, so only it's just lower half has his armor still on.
Just gleaming abs.
Chiseled, you might say.
He looks like an elk. Ah!
Terrible. I assume you wear an undershirt under your fucking armor, you madman.
No, that shit would pinch. You kidding me?
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you have your breastplate off and your shoulder pauldrons off and your gorget off and all that. So
Very
Anyway.
good.
door opens, you see Vera.
Sister.
Can I come in?
Of course.
Vera will step inside. And Vera's kind of like fidgety.
I can't remember everything that happened today necessarily, but I want you to know that I'm sorry and I'll do better in the future.
And I'm sorry you missed out on I'm sorry you missed out on the cake because it was delicious, but I'm also sorry that I could have been better. I could have been a better brother, I could have been a better friend, and I could have been a better family. I should
wish-
not have pressured you. I should not have asked.
It's fair to ask it. It was the time. There's just so much more important things we have to do.
Yes. Yes, there is. We take care of this one,
we'll have. Hopefully, we'll have some time off before the next one.
Vera nods. I just want you to know that. You're my brother, as you always will be. I don't want you to think that I think that you're not.
And you are my sister. And I can only do better by you. Thank you. Thank you for having me as part of the family.
It's only better having you in it. I love you, brother. We all love you.
And I love you. And I love all the members of our family. I think we're going to really make something great.
We will. And Vera will go in for a awkward small hug.
Wow.
Where it definitely seems like they're trying to touch their body as little as they can, but are trying to make the gesture.
And Petravian will give the kind of as like the
This hover hand.
to being careful to avoid the numerous painful scars.
Which shoulder is it again?
The left shoulder.
There you are.
Your left or her left?
Oh no.
Vera's left, my
Just-
right.
It's like, all right, be careful with the right shoulder. Oh shit, that was her left. That was my right. Damn it.
No, yeah, just completely avoiding the scars and everything.
We should probably go to bed. We have a long day, long week ahead of us.
We do. And he'll take his head and just like doink it onto theirs. Just like
Ow! No. I'm gonna go.
Yep. And
Bird
he'll
is like-
open the door. Hey. You're gonna be awesome.
Vera nods, questioning what this means. Is going to walk quickly to her room.
Just like,
And
yes,
he
I am
watch
going to be
Petravian
awesome.
watches, like,
And
and he just says they are absolutely adorable.
and I
closes
will
the door.
fall asleep on my floor.
Right next to your cake.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat my cake also.
Oh
Alright.
yeah, you do.
I see this cake and I smile.
You managed to avoid eating Hummel,
No,
who was
I
living
don't.
in the frosting.
I don't. I eat Hummel, and I never have to do his fucking voice again.
Oh shit! You heard it here. Hummel's dead. Canon.
You're like,
Remember
man, the cake. You're like, I can't believe they had good beetle flavored cake.
Oh my god! It was like it had like this crunch to it that it was amazing. Like
How
It-
did they
it was
know I
almost
love
like-
good beetles so much?
it was like it buzzed. It was beautiful. It was like bee flavored or something. It was
They
really
really did have every type of cake in that cake.
yeah. Melliferin cake.
It just have random insects inside of it accidentally.
Yeah. Well, you left it in Vera's room, so it's gonna have a lot of insects in it.
Not
Mm.
accidentally. They're hungry too.
Like if you did actually eat Hummel, you could just they could just pop into their soul goes into a new bee, correct?
I mean, it would eventually, probably however long it takes to get a new familiar.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Also,
Fair
it
enough.
would take a lot of chewing because Hummel's got a lot of hit points.
That's true.
You would definitely
Ew.
tell before.
Ew.
Bumblebee.
Chip a tooth.
Well,
Hummel would
my
be in your mouth
mommy
for a
would
while.
be so proud
He's
of
so
me.
proud of me. I'm chewing on a baby bumblebee. Ow, shit!
Oh, I don't feel so good. I'm
It's
throwing
terrible.
up my baby bumblebee.
Baby bumblebee from my tongue.
Anyway, so time passes forward, and it is now the morning of the 23rd of November.
May we submit rests?
Yes, go for it.
Wonderful.
Today's the day.
Today is the day. All right.
Sun is shining. The tank is clean.
So it is now November 23rd. And what would you all like to do?
Let's go get Sal, I guess.
Gotta do it. Gotta do
Alright.
it to him.
Had to...
All right. You head outside and you make your way towards Zell's tower. You arrive at the base of this golden tower, and pacing outside is Zell in halfling form.
Huh.
Good morning.
Good morning. Did you all sleep well?
Enough.
I think so.
Seems a stupid question to ask you if you did.
Yeah.
I didn't really sleep at all, but it's fine. Too much on my mind, I suppose.
Yeah,
I
we
would
believe
think so.
so. That seems kind of like a foregone question to ask if you're ready to go, but you know, are you ready?
That was going to be my question to all of you. Are you ready?
Do we have everything we need? Do you know what you need to do?
I believe so. Where precisely are we heading?
To the
So we're going to,
Deadlands.
yeah, we're going to have to go to the epicenter of the Deadlands. I'm going to place a device there. I'm going to set a timer. And then we find the world where Marcus is and you do your thing. We should have this powwow. We should probably have this discussion right now. What is the plan?
I
thought-
thought that Zell's thing and the thing going off were supposed to be at the same time.
I mean, probably. That's how it got started, but I don't want Zell to, like, get killed by the NSD. That would be bad.
Do we need carrots for this or that sapphire before we go?
We do need the black sapphire already installed.
No,
Oh,
the
no, wait,
black
it's not still-
sapphires
Like this,
for
not like like.
no
Grem,
for
forget
later.
things.
Yes.
That's
No,
safely
we-
stored away.
But
in
we
the
have
vault.
that, right?
No,
It's safely. It's in the vault in Presidium.
Oh, yes, we have to get that, and yes.
No, we don't.
When?
What?
How does the
Do we-
spell work?
I mean, are we thinking?
Do we
just
not
out of-
need the
are
black sapphire?
We're gonna need it when we fight.
Yeah,
It
but
depends how quickly we think we're gonna get the attention of Marcus.
Yeah, well,
I'm
if we
just
can teleport,
saying.
I think it's safe to assume he can do that too.
Okay.
it might be a good idea to just like have that on
Have it-
hand in case
yeah,
we like
agreed.
flip the switch and he's like, you know,
Fair.
here,
That makes sense. That's a fair point.
All right.
just
So,
in case.
where is this sapphire located?
In Presidium.
That's
In
the name.
Emerald Forest.
That is also
Alright.
the name.
He takes a few steps back, cracks his neck, and will shift very quickly from the size of a halfling to a golden dragon of incredible size.
It's
Bloody hellfire.
happening.
He looks down at all of you and nods, and he'll lower a wing down to the ground and hold it at such an angle that you can walk up it like a ramp.
Well, thank you very much, Zell. Riz will just walk up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fly up just so that I'm not stepping on his wing. And I'll guide Moira up.
It is quite all right.
Your scales
I'm
look
glad.
lovely.
I'm glad to be of assistance here.
Kurla will step up, and as they do, they'll say in their best Draconic, thank you. I am honored, and that will come off as draconic because they've never drunk the Kool-Aid.
I mean,
Well,
our voices probably all go to whatever language he prefers.
Right. Instead of sounding just instantly fluent, though, it'll sound studied and deliberate.
So we're all speaking halfling.
Probably.
That's true.
so once you all load up on his back, he will take off and begin flying. He hoists you all higher and higher into the air, his golden scales reflecting the sun's light perfectly, making him look almost molten in direct sunlight. The wind pushes against your faces as he propels himself forward on massive, slow-beating wings. He glides further over trees and hills, moving faster than his great size would seem possible. Before you know it, only moments later, you find yourselves in Presidium. He lands in the garden behind the manor,
Oh,
and then will lower a wing to allow you all to disembark.
Whoa. Is that
Thank
what
you.
I think it is? Yes, that's what I think it is.
Hello, children.
Hello. You're
I met
very...
you once before, many years ago.
Oh. No. I feel like we'd remember a big dragon at some point in our lives. That looks as cool as you do.
My God, so cute.
Wow.
Zell will shift back into a halfling. Ta-da!
Now we remember. We're the same
He's
height
just-
as you.
He's just grinning.
Wow. So the fancy clothes you're wearing really aren't like clothes, are they? They're just like how you project
They're more
yourself?
of a projection, yes.
I see.
They're really still naked.
We kind of make ourselves too, in a way. Oh, this is fascinating. You're kind of like us. A little bit.
A little bit. Well, your friends here needed to grab something from your vault.
Mommy.
Would that be all right?
We'll go get Mommy right away. Can you come with us? Yes, can you come with us?
I suppose so. Sure.
They both, like, on either side of him, grab his hand and just lead him on into the estate.
Oh, boy. So inside, Karis is summoned, and she will usher the lot of you into the house, into the vault, and there, on one of the pillars inside the vault, is that black sapphire that just polished now, like cleaned, no longer has like eye cruddies on it. A polished, sort of almost spherical black sapphire.
Well, Kurla will approach it and pick it up from where it's sitting and turn back to the rest of the party. Is now about time to mention that I have no idea yet how to do what I need to do with this?
Not the best time, but I mean, it could be Wells.
I'm kind of hoping it'll come to me in the moment, to be honest with you, but I
Well,
guess
that would
we'll
be the
figure
Wells
that
time
one
to
out.
tell us that, so I guess we get the heads up.
Kurla will just turn to Karis. The other one that knows the spell, is it likely that I'm going to figure it out in time?
Probably.
Or knows of the spell, I should say.
I mean, probably not, I suppose. Maybe,
Right. Do you have any smaller gems to practice on?
Doesn't really work that way, I
Well,
don't think.
We'd have to trap people's souls to do that.
That sounds a
don't- that's
bit
not-
terrible to do, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really something we should be casting like willy-nilly like that.
What if it's shitty people?
Vera, for fuck's sake.
We've not got time to round up shitty people and trap their souls in gems.
So, your magic comes from Valuna, right?
As of, a few days ago.
why don't you just ask?
I'd ask for Luna how to do it. That
No, just
actually makes
ask her for the spell. Yeah.
That does make a lot of sense.
I mean, that's how it works with me and Owen, at least.
Still getting used to this whole talking to gods and not getting freaked out by them being huge spider bitches. Yeah. Oh, that's another swear jar.
Bitches.
Sorry, Karis. I will do better, I promise. Right, then I'll have a word with Saluna. Sure, why not? Valuna. Sorry, Saluna, you're right there.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you. I doubt you could even, change your body like we can, so.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Oh, Karis. What did you find out about the seed?
It's only been like a day. But
It was like, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
been a whole fucking day.
agreed up.
Yeah. I did do a little bit of research on it as far as like some spell casting on it to kind of maybe figure a little bit more about it. And my initial hypothesis was correct in that it does appear to be kind of an elemental shard of chaos itself. It only looks like a seed because that's apparently just the jacket they put the magic into, or the essence of chaos. It's kind of weird. So imagine you drill a hole out of our reality into just pure chaos energy somewhere. Just imagine there's just a whole bunch of chaos somewhere. And they took that and they concentrated down and they put it inside something, a pebble, or in this case, a seed. That's pretty much what this is.
So it's a bunch of powerful magic inside of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. A lot of powerful magic that isn't really controllable by very nature of being chaotic. It's not really predictable
So
or
it's
controllable.
A true random number generator?
Yeah, I guess in a
Be
way.
careful with that, Vera. That's dangerous.
Well, yeah. Can I have the bottle?
Oh, you need it back? Sure. Hold on. She'll go over and you're still in the vault, so she'll just grab it and hand it back to you.
Alright.
I didn't get enough time to like realize how to like counteract it or destroy it or use it in any safe way, but here you are.
Right. That's fine. We're not planning on using against Marcus. It's more for just in case.
Okay.
Vera will place us instead of her bag.
Auntie Vera, what if we want it?
Well, it'd be far too dangerous for you to be handling.
We're quite strong. Yes.
But these are random numbers. That doesn't make sense. That's illogical.
What
That means nothing to us.
is
Why
a
did you
random
mean-
number generator?
See, Auntie Vera doesn't even get it.
It means that the numbers are generated not based on the previous numbers in any quantum sense. That doesn't make sense.
Listen, if numbers are scaring you, you're a fucking nerd. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Vera,
yeah. Well, you
Please.
know
What?
me.
Fucking nerd.
at this point, Karis will just grab both the kids and just haul them out of the room.
Earmuffs! Earmuffs!
What did I say?
It's because you're disrespecting causality, I assume.
I think it's because you swore.
But there's a
Oh, I
cool
guess she cares
dragon.
about that. Huh?
I've
Zell,
been
that was
swearing since
Karis.
I was like 10, 11. They're like what, like 17? I don't know this.
That is really just a guess on my
But
part. I
Alex-
think it's just because you swore in front of the kids.
Alex, I can see. Val, where does these kids come from?
Soul?
Yeah, when 17 years ago, I don't think when we met, so they didn't have kids, right?
How many years have the last
Well,
time
yeah,
we saw
whatever.
Soul?
Yeah, so I'm the idiot. Listen, I don't care. They look old enough to swear.
True.
Which
Could
is
we
why you need
continue
to be
this
a plug in
argument
dumbbells.
in the Deadlands, perhaps?
Yes, let's
Is
Let's
everyone
continue
ready?
I mean,
Everything's-
it's gonna be.
All right.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right. Zell will will nod and head back outside.
Thank you,
Oh, I
Karis,
guess the
for the
one last thing.
hospitality.
I'll have I'll give Moira a kiss and probably have her stay here.
Want you to come with us, but there's too many risks.
Yeah, with the Deadlands and dying and all that. So I completely understand. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
Come back to me in one piece, okay?
You got it.
She will leap forward and plant a big kiss on your lips.
I'm gonna kiss her back and get on the dragon.
Do we see Karis and the kids anywhere, or have they just...
You see, as you're leaving, Karis is like kneeling down, talking to the kids, and like explaining to them like some words are not to be used, giving that speech again because
It's a routine.
you all can't seem to control your voices for like 10 minutes. In front of
All I
children.
said was bitches.
All I said was fucking, so.
I just called someone a nerd. I don't see what's wrong with that. Why is Vera
I didn't say
so
anything.
mad?
But if you need to talk to her, she can be spoken to.
Yeah, I think Kurla will trot over quickly just to say, well, no, fuck it. Well, hope to see you again if we manage to save the world. Thanks for all of your help. It's been a pleasure. You know what? I got nothing, Karis. I don't know what to do under these circumstances, but I do hope that we make it back alive.
Yeah,
Take care of these two. Take care of yourself, all right? Thank you for everything.
of course. And you all make it back alive, get back here, and we've got a lot of living to do, okay? So don't cut it short by doing anything stupid.
Petravian will go over to Karis and take their hand and say, if we fuck up, contact Soul. Get the hell out of here.
She just is like she closes her eyes and just you see this like vein in her forehead. It's like she just hears the sound of the kids smiling behind her. Thanks, Petra. Good luck out there, okay?
Wait, can we get our parent to come home? Why haven't they come home then?
Kids, I'll talk to you about this in a second, okay?
Petravian, I think it's time we left. No.
I think so too.
No.
Bye.
Petra's not going off to the apocalypse without leaving some apocalyptic consequences behind him.
Without just dropping F-bombs and revelations about
Absolute
Soul.
nukes.
Absolute nukes being dropped on these children. So, yeah. So, Karis is now pretty pissed off at Petra. So, yeah, you all head out into the garden, and Zell is there waiting for you. He's already in dragon form. He lowers a wing, and will ask,
Are you ready?
I feel like we keep getting asked this question, and every time I get asked, I know less. But yeah, I guess so.
Riz will turn
Alright.
to Jiro and give him like a really deep kiss before they like nod affirmation that they're ready.
all right.
I don't know if we're ready, Zell, but I think we've run out of delaying tactics and excuses not to do this, so...
All right. So what happens next is you climb aboard this gold dragon. His wings beat slowly and just push massive amounts of air around the garden, causing flowers and things to get like blown up into the air. And the next thing you know, you have left the ground and are now skirting above the tree line, flying north faster and faster, defying all manner of physics. And before you know it, you see a scene in front of you. You see the rolling plains of Ville ahead of you. You see the wheat fields and the roads and the streams that sort of crisscross the country. But then beyond that, you can see this wall of gray fog that stretches up as far as the eye can see up into the heavens. And as you get closer to it, you get the sense of this cold chill running up your spines. And you know that this may be the last time any of you ever breathe in living air. And with that, you all level up. And then we fade to black.
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to William Succi and Andreas Pichler for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time.